Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome here tonight to Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, where tonight the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series will get underway as the Newport Gulls take on the Torrington Twisters in Game 1 of a best-of-3 series. The Newport Gulls coming from one game down to defeat the Manchester Silkworms in round 1. A sterling victory here last night, 5-4 over the Silkworms in front of a crowd of over 2,300 fans cheering and a standing ovation for the Gulls as Mike Lynn came out to close out a game that was won by this Newport Gulls offense and defense, an errorless game as the Gulls took the series from the Manchester Silkworms 2-1 and earned the right once again to be here in the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series. The Torrington Twisters coming off of a 2-game sweep of the North Adams Steeplecats to knock them out of contention. Twisters, with the day off yesterday, have a little bit more rested than the Gulls, but the Gulls are fired up after last night's victory and will be ready for baseball action in a moment here on the NECBL Broadcast Network, brought to you by the Tiverton Tigers TV crew and Newport Gulls Broadcasting. I'm Nick Leamer here at Cardines Field. We will have Game 1 of the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series coming up next, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here once again at Cardines Field in Newport. Time for Newport Gulls today. And today we're joined by Torrington Twisters broadcaster Matt Janik. Matt, how was the ride up here?
It was kind of long, about 3 hours, but we made it here all in one piece, so that's good.
Of course, the Gulls will have to head over to Fusenage Park tomorrow for Game 2. What are we going to expect out of this Twisters for Game 1, and who's we going to see for the starting pitcher?
Well, the Twisters are red hot right now. They've been hitting the ball well and getting good pitching as well. Andrew Albers and Joe Serafin brilliant in the first series against North Adams. The Twisters sent them away. John Primus heads to the hill tonight. Right-hander out of North Carolina A&C in Garner, North Carolina. He'll look to continue the strong pitching for the Twisters and hope to give them a 1-0 lead heading back home.
Now, looking at the statistics in the last couple of games, some offensive leaders breaking out for Torrington.
Andres Perez, as per usual, Mr. Clutch for the Twisters. He had 3 RBIs in the first 2 games of the playoffs, and he is red hot to start the playoffs.
Now, the Twisters coming in tonight, who are we going to see on the mound for Torrington against Paul Nardozzi for the Newport Gulls?
And John Primus on the mound, right-hander out of North Carolina A&T, Garner, North Carolina. Pretty good fastball, but the specialty is the 2-seam fastball, which is going to tail back in on the hitters. Also features a pretty good slider as well.
Now, Matt, these two teams facing each other for the 7th time this season, a best-of-3 game series tonight. Of the other 6 games this year, the Newport Gulls took 5 of them. However, several very close, including a couple of extra inning matchups.
Couple extra inning games and also 2 games here that the Newport Gulls won in walk-off fashion, one via a home run, one via a base hit. They walked off in the bottom of their bat in both those games.
And we'll have highlights of each of those coming up next.
Absolutely. And the Twisters, though, they're excited. They're pumped to play this. They want a chance to get their another shot at the Gulls, maybe get back at them a little for losing 5 games in the regular season. They're pumped and ready to play this game. The
Torrington Twisters and the Newport Gulls getting ready to do baseball battle here tonight. Can you wrap up the series a little bit more with the North Adams Steeplecats?
So the Twisters won 2-0. First game was a complete game shutout by Andrew Albers. He struck out 10 Steeplecats in Game 1. That was the victory for the Twisters on the road. They came back home and shut down the Steeplecats yet again, another 7-2 victory. This time Joe Serafin, 7 innings on the mound. He gave up only 4 hits and 1 run for the victory in that one.
Matt Janik, Torrington Twisters broadcaster, we'll see you back up there around game time, and good luck to you and your team tonight as the Gulls take on the Twisters here in Game 1.
And to you as well.
Thank you very much. That's our Newport Gulls Today segment for today. We'll have much more of the pregame show coming up next, but first, let's take you back to some of the highlights of this 2006 season with the Newport Gulls facing off against the Torrington Twisters. The 1-0, swinging a little flare in the left center field. This ball will fall for a hit. It'll go to the wall. The tying run will score. The Newport Gulls win it on a walk-off hit by Jeff Miller. Unbelievable, folks. Miller with a line shot left field and all the way to the wall, rounding second on the way to third, and scoring at home was Matt Bouchard, and the Newport Gulls win the ball game 2-1. But that wasn't the only walk-off win for the Newport Gulls this season against the Torrington Twisters. Let's fast forward to July 24th, 2006. The Twisters came here to Cardines Field again, this time for a doubleheader to round out the season series. The Newport Gulls took the first game, but in the second game, we went into extra innings in the last of the ninth of what was a scheduled 7-inning ball game. Game 2 already after 11 p.m. Matt Bouchard came up and sent everybody home happy. Doubleheader, hit the home run in Game 1. RBI single on double tonight. The pitch, swing and a drive, deep deep left field, way back, way back. Walk-off home run. Matt Bouchard hits a solo shot way back to left field. The Newport Gulls win the ball game here in extra innings. 10-9, the final score. He'll be greeted by the home team at home plate. Matt Bouchard does it here at Cardines Field. Ball game over. Bouchard hits a blast deep into the night in left field. A no-doubter off the bat. It came off of Jared Bolden, and the Newport Gulls win it. So the Newport Gulls and Torrington Twisters played each other 6 times in the regular season. The Gulls taking 5 of them, but once again, very close games. We're expecting another close-up matchup tonight as they meet for the 7th time. This one counts more than the other 6 as the Gulls and the Twisters will do baseball battle in Game 1 of the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series next. Now time for the front office report. We'll be with Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Paver in a moment here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here at Cardines Field, time for our front office report. Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Paver. Chuck, how you doing?
Good, Nick. How are you? Good to be here again.
Not too bad. Gulls coming off an incredible victory last night, 5-4 against the Silkworms. That game could have gone either way, but the Gulls, with no errors committed, with the offense timing very well, Matt Bouchard and Jim Murphy with their home runs, and then the critical sacrifice fly in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Nick, that game was a great game to watch and be a part of. It's always good to be on the winning side of it, of course. I mean, that game could have gone either way. You got to give that other team a hell of a lot of credit. They kept coming back and coming back and coming back and never gave up, and our guys persevered in the end, and that's what you got to do in a tight playoff baseball game.
Now, you don't always want your manager to get ejected, but you have to wonder if the ejection of Mike Coombs did inspire the guys in the dugout a little bit.
Well, I think, whether that had anything really to do with inspirational-wise, the timing was certainly good. First and second, we had 2 guys on, and Bouchard up, and we were struggling to pull a run across the plate, and he hits one out, and certainly it's good timing as a coach has to get exited, but we'll take it any time we can, Nick.
Now, Coombs will serve a 1-game suspension today. That puts Scott Virgilak in the captain's chair, and Virgilak, no stranger to the management position, managing the North Adams Steelcats last year and has done a fine job as pitching coach this year for the Newport Gulls.
We have no concerns about Scott Virgilak managing this club tonight. He's at third base anyway, and he knows how to manage this team. He's been around them all summer, and we're quite confident that Scott will handle this very well. For a second season, Paul Nardozzi will be making a start in the postseason in a Newport Gulls uniform and expecting great things out of him tonight. Yeah, I like Paul tonight, especially when you get a junior leadership like this coming in the first game of a series. He's been there before. He's tough against right-handed hitters, and that's, I think, the strength of this team. So hopefully it matches up pretty good for us today, Nick. So the Newport Gulls hoping to take Game 1 here tonight. Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Paver, good luck to you and the Newport Gulls. Thanks, Nick. Thanks again for having me. Good luck tonight. Thank you. We'll be back with Scott Virgilak next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And back here at Cardines Field, time for our coaches report. Of course, Mike Coombs serving his 1-game suspension today, but the Newport Gulls still very confident in the coaching of Scott Virgilak. Coach, how you doing?
Good, Nick. How we doing?
Not too bad. So tell us first a little bit about last night's game.
It was a great way, good game all the way around. A good team win. We had some guys step up, some big hits. Matt Bouchard's 3-run homer really, turned the tide. Then, Murph's been hot all year, hits another home run, put it up 2. They come back, tie it up, and our guys just battled and, scratched another run across. So all the way around, it was a good team win. Yeah, that sacrifice fly from John Malcone scoring Murphy from third, and for the second time last night, the crowd really began chanting MVP, MVP for Jim Murphy. Yeah, he, it's definitely, I know the guys are laughing about it. It's, it just shows how knowledgeable our fans are, and, if he doesn't get it, it's a shame because he definitely deserves it. Bottom of the 9th inning, Mike Lynn was out there to close it with 2 outs. This place was roaring. Yeah, it was. It's playoff atmosphere. It's a home field advantage, and not too many teams have that. We like to think we do, and the louder they get, the more pumped up our guys get. So it's definitely something we like to see. The Twisters and the Gulls played 6 times in the regular season. Gulls taking 5 of those games, but 3 of them came in extra inning victories, very close games. Expecting a good matchup tonight. Yeah, Torrington, they're a tough team. They're playing well at the right time. They swing the bats. They're a very athletic team. They do the small things well. They'll bunt, they'll run, So they put pressure on you that way, and they got a pretty decent pitching staff too. So, we're in for another battle here.
Now, with Mike Coombs' ejection yesterday, what was the story behind that?
Just arguing balls and strikes. He went a little too far, and they were both trying to push each other back and forth to see who could go the furthest, and the ump had the last say. So.
Now, interviewing the players in the postgame show last night, some of them were saying that was sort of an inspiration for the team to get back out there and get a win.
Yeah, a lot of times managers, they'll try to do that. If a team's struggling, they'll, try to fire up the team. I don't know if that's what Coombs was trying to do. I don't know if it worked or not. I like to think that our guys would have been fired up anyways, even if he hadn't gotten thrown out. So, if that's what they said, then good.
Now, you're going to have an expanded role tonight as the field manager.
Yes, I am.
So, what more roles are you going to be taking on?
Nothing really. I mean, the only difference is I won't. Being by myself, that would be a little bit different. I was a head coach last year, and I had assistant coaches where I could bounce things off of them. And being the assistant coach, Coach Coombs would always bounce stuff off of me, and we were always making decisions together. So that would be the only different thing, is that I'm by myself, and I really don't have anyone to bounce ideas and suggestions off of, so I guess I'll just be doing it on my own.
Do you know who we're going to see in the first base coach's spot for the night?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe Brandon McCurney. I know he started off there last night, so maybe we'll go with him.
Now, a couple players will no longer be able to play for the team. So John DeShirt had a rotator cuff injury, as well as Richie Lentz, who has signed with the Red Sox as of Monday and will no longer be eligible to play.
Yeah, that really that leaves us thin pitching-wise. We got a 10-man staff, but it's that time of the year. We're going to need some guys to step up, some guys that haven't really seen too many innings, like a Mike Lurie or a Blake Hamilton. One of those two guys are, if we're going to win this series, they're going to come up big for us in a relief spot. So.
Now, McCurney did have that blister on his finger. He only pitched one inning in the game against Manchester 3 nights ago. Is that still okay? Is that still a problem for him? Or?
Yesterday, he probably wasn't available to us just because of that finger was a little tender. He's yet to play catch today. He should be all right. We gave him yesterday off thinking ahead, to today. So hopefully he'll be good to go today. It's just it's a day-to-day thing, the blister.
Rounding out the rest of the lineup, any other notable injuries to report?
Nope, just the Ryan Arcadia, his leg is still bothering him, so he's probably a no-go, maybe the pinch hit if we needed that. And Tim Henry is done for the year. He's got he's going to have surgery on his knee once he gets back home from here. So that's two position guys, an infielder and outfielder, where it just makes us a little thin there too.
Now, is Tim going to remain with the team?
Yeah, Tim will remain with the team. It was something he had the surgery planned. Once he got home, that he was going to have the surgery. When we played in Manchester, he went to go see his doctor afterwards, and his doctors told him to shut it down. It's probably better off. We're not here to get anyone hurt. I know he feels bad. He was with us all year, and he wants to be with us now during the playoffs. But he's here with us, in the dugout and helping the guys out.
So down to 23 on the roster for right now, and the loss of Tim Henry would actually bring that down to 22. This team's still going to work hard to try and move into the championship series. The Newport Gulls have always fared well in the playoffs. Of course, 3 championships in the last 5 seasons. Looking for another one here tonight. They'll have to get past Torrington. We've seen a similar lineup for the Newport Gulls and a similar infield outfield the last couple of nights. What are we going to see tonight? You're
going to get the same lineup that we had the last 2 games. Tempesta at second, Miller DHing, Mayanetta in left. We're 2-0 at that lineup, so why change it?
Newport Gulls, tonight's field manager, Scott Virgilak. Thank you for joining us, and good luck to you and the team tonight.
All right, Nick, thank you.
And we will be back in a moment here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. But first, let's take you back through the Manchester Silkworm series and the incredible victory last night. We'll show you the 3-run homer by Matt Bouchard, the solo shot by Jim Murphy, the incredible sacrifice fly by John Monaco in the 8th inning to give the Gulls the lead, and then Mike Lind coming on to close it out. Here now, the highlights of Game 3 here last night at Cardines Field against the Silkworms.
Collins has heard enough from Mike Coombs, and there is some harsh words being exchanged. And Coombs is gone. He has been ejected from this ball game by Dan Collins.
Now he'll get his 2 cents in as Mike Coombs is ejected for the first time in 2 seasons here at Cardines Field. Coombs has not been ejected before.
Here's pitch from Darcy, a line shot into deep center. Going back is Green, way back. This ball is gone, a 3-run home run, and the Newport Gulls take a 3-2 lead. Adam Tempesta is retired, and Matt Bouchard has just left the building, and Newport comes out on top here. They lead it 3-2.
Matt Bouchard gets a...
Here's the pitch from Darcy. A high fly, a mile high to deep left. Going back is Crawford. Jim Murphy has left the building. A leadoff solo. Wait a second, the ball is still in play. Drew Garcia has the ball, however, the umpires are all signaling home run.
What it did, Kyle, it hit the branch out there, hit a branch off the tree, and by ground rules, that is a home run. Any ball hitting one of the 3 trees that's out there in left field. A home run, and the Gulls lead it 4-2. Jim Murphy, his first homer of the postseason. Mile high, as you mentioned, and here's the instant replay on that. We'll watch as it did leave the yard well out there over the fence. Steps up. They are on their feet all the way around Cardines. Mike Lynn comes to the set. His pitch. Here it comes to the plate. On the inside corner, strike 1. Everybody standing here at Cardines Field. 2 outs, the tying run at first. We're in the 9th, 5-4 Newport Gulls. Mike Lynn gets a sign from Marlacone. Zeiss, the last hope for the Silk Rim, stands in. Here is the 0-1 pitch from the set to the belt to the plate. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. They're 1 strike away from moving on to the NECBL Southern Division Championship Series. Lynn looks in. Everyone on their feet. At first, it's Green. At the plate is Zeiss. Lynn stands in. From the set, 2 outs, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Newport Gulls will move on in postseason competition. They'll play the Torrington Twisters here at Cardines Field tomorrow night. The Gulls beat the Silk Rim 2-1. What a ball game here at Cardines Field. Mike Lynn gets his hardest save of the season as Gilberto Zeiss strikes out. The ball game is over, and the Silk Rim season has come to an end. The Newport Gulls will move on. Game. And back here now at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, getting set for baseball, almost ready for Game 1 of the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series. Nick Lehman alongside Matt Janik here on the NECBL Broadcast Network, brought to you by the Tiffin Tigers TV crew, Newport Gulls Broadcasting. First, we'll send over to Matt Janik for the lineup for the visiting Torrington Twisters.
Thank you, Nick. Leading off for Torrington is the center fielder. He's number 17, Aaron Newman. Mitchell Moses will bat second and play right field. The left fielder is Andres Perez. He'll bat third. The cleanup spot is the designated hitter, Justin Lepore. Chris Kleps will bat fifth and play shortstop. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Jared Bolden. C.J. Brasou back behind the plate here tonight. He'll bat seventh. Derek Shunk will play third base and bat eighth. And rounding out the order at second base is Chris Jackson. And they will face off against Paul Nardozzi.
Paul Nardozzi for the Newport Gulls had a very good regular season. His second season in Gulls uniform, a 2.05 ERA, 5-1 in his 9 appearances. He's made 6 starts, 3 relief appearances, had a complete game as well. Nardozzi recorded a save in 48 1/3 inning of work, gave up 34 hits, 15 runs, just 11 to earned. He walked 14, struck out 27, gave up 7 doubles, a triple, and a home run through 4 wild pitches and hit a pair of batters. Nardozzi is no stranger to postseason competition. In 2005 for the Newport Gulls in the championship season, Nardozzi went 2-0 in 2 starts, 2 appearances with a 2.4 ERA, 15 innings pitched, gave up 12 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He walked just 3 and struck out 20. That's 10 strikeouts per game in the postseason last year. Gave up a double, a triple, and a home run, and hit a batter. So Paul Nardozzi will be the starter, the right-hander, the starter for tonight's game. And the lineup for the Newport Gulls will look like this. Matt Bouchard will be the shortstop leading off. Scott Brown is in right field batting second. Jeff Miller, the third baseman, is the designated hitter. And the third spot, Jeff Miller's designated hitter. Jim Murphy is at first in cleanup. So the lineup looking very similar to the last two games, as Chris Dominguez, the third baseman, bats fifth. Andy Lentz is the center fielder, batting sixth. In the seventh spot, John Malacone, the catcher. Center fielder Matt Iannetta bats eighth, and left fielder Iannetta. And rounding out the order for the Newport Gulls, second baseman Adam Tempesta. The Gulls and the Twisters getting ready out there as they continue to announce all of both teams, as they have all earned the right to be here. Newport Gulls public address announcer Don O'Hanley announcing the entire Twisters and Gulls staff. We now take it down to the field for the singing of our national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky, for the ramparts we walked were so gallantly seen, and the rockets break the land, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, St. Anne's had stars slain, the banner yet waving, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
How about that national anthem sung here at Cardines Field? We continue with the pregame show. Umpires for tonight's game, calling balls and strikes behind the plate, will be Ron Adams. First base umpire, DJ Naidu, and the third base umpire will be John Wilkins. The Newport Gulls have lost their field manager for this one. Mike Coombs is serving a one-game suspension for being ejected yesterday for arguing balls and strikes. So Scott Virgilak will be the manager for the Newport Gulls, and he'll be on the other side of the coin will be the Torrington Twisters coaching staff.
Greg Hunt, their manager, leads them into the fray today. The only manager in Twisters history at the conclusion of his 10th season here. He'll be joined by, as always, by pitching coach Tom Spirito, assistants Brian Roy, Jeff Dombrowski, Marty Deliveron, and Greg Mohart, all in attendance today. The entire coaching staff making the trip to Newport for Game 1 of the Southern Division Championship Series.
The Newport Gulls and the Torrington Twisters will be underway in just a moment. We're a couple minutes behind schedule right now. Game time temperature about 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. A beautiful evening for baseball. No rain in the area. Here on August 5th, 2006, we got a southwest wind coming into the ballpark off the water about a block away from Cardines Field, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Shouldn't affect play at all, as we're still under some sunny skies here, ready for baseball in a moment. The first pitch of the 2006 NECBL Division Championship Series here in the Southern Division is coming up next. Stay right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here now at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Newport Gulls take the field and will be underway in just a few moments here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Paul Nardozzi takes the mound for the first time in this postseason. As we mentioned in the pregame show, Nardozzi, an effective pitcher for the Gulls and a leader in the dugout. Paul, on the season, a 2.05 ERA, 5-1 record in his 9 appearances, made 6 starts for the Gulls, had a brief injury at the midpoint in the season, came in for a few relief outings before making a start towards the end of the regular season. Effective all the way through, and also participated in the Newport Gulls no-hitter here a couple weeks ago. Defense for the Newport Gulls will look like this. Jim Murphy will be at first, Adam Tempesta at second, Matt Bouchard the shortstop, Chris Dominguez at third, Matt Iannetta in left field, Andy Lentz in center, Scott Brown in right field, John Malacone catching, Paul Nardozzi, and the Newport Gulls have won their last 2 straight. They came for 1 game down to defeat the Manchester Silkworms in the first series of the playoffs. And this lineup tonight in the infield and outfield identical to their last 2 wins, so they want to keep things going as they are, as we'll get set for baseball action in a moment, Matt.
If it's not broke, don't fix it for the Newport Gulls. I guess the Twisters have won 4 in a row dating back to the regular season. They defeated the Pittsfield Dukes and the Manchester Silkworms to close out the regular season. And then they swept the North Adams Steeplecats in 2 games in the first round. They're pitching dominant over North Adams, and the bats were very hot in game 2 as well, as they put up 7 runs. Twisters looking to carry that momentum into Newport as they take on the mighty Gulls, who have had their number over the course of the season.
Last night, the Holyoke Giants, the Keene Swamp Bats, 2 nights ago, the Holyoke Giants, the Keene Swamp Bats, and the North Adams Steeplecats were all eliminated by Vermont, Sanford, and Torrington. Only 4 teams remain here in the NECBL. The other game going on tonight, just underway now. The Sanford Maine is playing at the Vermont Mountaineers up in Recreation Field. We'll check in for a live update later on in this broadcast. We'll have in-between innings. We'll send you up there for a live look in on that game as the Mainers and the Mountaineers battle up there. So stay tuned throughout this broadcast. We'll update you as we go along. For now, it's the Torrington Twisters and the Newport Gulls getting set for baseball as Scott Virgilak and Greg Hunt meet the umpiring crew, and now they'll head back to their respective dugouts. Of course, hockey-style dugouts here at Cardines Field are side-by-side. That's unique in almost all of baseball. Very unique ballpark. An excellent setting here for the championship series. This is the 6th consecutive year that a division championship series has been played here at Cardines Field.
That's a testament to the ownership and the board of trustees of the Newport Gulls, committed to making this a fan-friendly place, bringing in good players, bringing in a winning team every year. And as you said, for the 6th consecutive year, they will fight for a chance to go to the league championship series.
Last night, a crowd of 2,300 fans took to the seats here tonight. It's a little bit smaller at this point. We may not see well over 2,000 tonight, but still a good crowd on hand as we get set for baseball. The shadows creeping already just by home plate here as we're in the beginning of August. The sun already starting to set off towards the west. Paul Nardozzi takes the hill for the Newport Gulls at the University of Pittsburgh. He's ready. His first pitch of the championship series is right down the middle. A fastball for strike 1.
Aaron Newman at the plate for Torrington. Arguably the fastest twister back to the top of the lineup here in the playoffs.
Nardozzi winds, kicks, and delivers the right-hander's pitch. High for ball 1. Umpiring crew tonight, Ron Adams calling balls and strikes behind the plate. DJ Nadeau is at first. John Wilkins at third. Nardozzi ready with the 1-1 pitch. A little bit outside, ball 2. It'll be Newman, Moses, and Perez due up for the Twisters here in the first inning. Aaron Newman taps the plate, stands in. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Right down the middle again, another fastball. Good location from Paul. 2-2, the count is even on Aaron. Paul Nardozzi ready from the windup. He kicks and deals. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Paul Nardozzi, who fed 20 batters in 15 innings in the postseason last year, strikes out the first man he sees here tonight in the 2006 postseason. Paul, who holds the Newport Gulls records for strikeouts in the regular season, struck out 66 throughout the 2005 season. And some limited playing time this year, so didn't record quite as many. Paul fanned 27 in the 2006 regular season. Here's the pitch to the lefty. It's on the outside corner, strike 1 to Mitchell Moses.
Moses had a kind of a rough day the other day in game 2, both in the field and at the plate. He'll be looking to atone for that here today.
The 0-1. On the outside corner, strike 2. The Newport Gulls lost the first game of the series to the Silkworms, 8-5, due in part to 5 errors committed. They've played 2 errorless games since then. That's why the lineup has remained the same. The 0-2. Skips in the dirt, goes to the backstop off the plate. 1-2, the count on Mitchell Moses in the regular season for the Torrington Twisters. As well, wait for the pitch. Now Nardozzi looks in. His delivery. Swing a ground ball, bouncer, foul up the first base line. Moses, a .274 hitter. No homers, 14 runs batted in.
Moses busted his bat on that swing. You could hear it. The bat cracked as it fouled outside of first base. He'll head to the dugout, receive a new twig, and come back to the plate.
Paul Nardozzi. His parents are in attendance in this game. University of Pittsburgh, hometown of Victor, New York. Ready? Low 1-2. Just outside low, 2-2. Nardozzi's license plate on the vehicle he drives, PRFCTGME. The pitch, missing inside, a full count now on Moses. Perfect game.
Very interesting. Most pitchers would be way too superstitious to go with something like that.
Nardozzi very confident on the mound at all times as the payoff pitch is swung on, chopped foul back to the screen. Once again, we'll see a 3-2 on Moses. Andres Perez waits on deck. Nardozzi really gets emotional out there. Just goes out, throws his pitches. He can dominate a game if he gets into it. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Paul. There's 2 away here in the first.
Nardozzi certainly on his game to start this one. He's seen 2 twisters and fanned them both. That's the kind of pitching that got him, as you said, a team record for strikeouts last season, as well as 20 strikeouts in 2 postseason games.
Newport Gulls so fell behind in 2 of the games to the Silkworms in Series 1 early, hoping to not do so again against the Twisters here tonight in Game 1 of this series. They'd like to strike first. Nardozzi's pitch is outside ball 1 to Andres Perez, a veteran twister. Perez led the team in average at .355, just a hair below Murphy's batting champion status of .358. Here's the pitch. Down the middle, Perez led the league in average for most of the season. Appeared in 29 games, started 27 of them for the Twisters. 8 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 20 RBI. Nardozzi ready, is 1-1 pitch. Swing a ground ball bouncer over the mound. Charging the shortstop, can't get it as he puts his glove out. It bounces over his head. And Andres Perez has an infield single with 2 outs here in the first inning.
And the Twisters will see if they can put together something with 2 outs, but even if they don't, that's a big base hit for the Twisters. Andres Perez breaks up Nardozzi's rhythm a little. He had struck out the first 2. Perez puts it back up the middle and gets on base. Even if the Twisters get nothing this inning, Perez has already showed that Nardozzi can be hit.
2 outs, a runner at first. Justin Lepore will bat here. Lepore has been pretty hot with the bat in the postseason. Nardozzi gets the sign from his catcher, John Molicone. He looks in from the set. Here's his pitch. Swing a line shot, bouncing over the mound by the second baseman, a base hit. Holding it at second will be Perez, and Lepore has a 2-out single. Back-to-back hits here off of Paul Nardozzi.
Just like that, the Twisters have their first runner in scoring position of the game, getting hot with 2 outs. Chris Kleps will look to keep it going. Unfortunately, with those 2 strikeouts to start the inning, it'll keep base hits to keep this one going.
In 2 games in the postseason competition, Lepore was batting .429 coming into the game with 3 hits, a run scored, and an RBI. I'll bring up Kleps, batting .286 in the series against the Steeple Cats. Kleps also knocked in a run. Has a chance here, 2 on, 2 out. Nardozzi goes to work from the stretch. Here's his pitch to the plate. Fastball missing high for ball 1. Seeing a pretty tight strike zone so far tonight from Ron Adams. Look, he's giving Nardozzi the corners, but not the bill. The 1-0. Swing a ground ball, bouncer, foul up the third base line. 1-1 the count evens to Chris Kleps. In the regular season, Kleps batted .278, 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Andres Perez, who singled, is at second. Justin Lepore, who singled, is at first. 2 outs. No score, we're just in the way here in the first. Nardozzi sets. He kicks, he delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Kleps was well early on an off-speed pitch from Paul. Some clouds in the distance here. Look a little bit ominous, but no rain on the radar. As Nardozzi sets. Is 1-2 delivery. coming to the plate. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Paul Nardozzi strikes out the side here in the first. Despite giving up the 2 singles, they are harmless. The Twisters get 2 on, strained up here after half an inning. It's Torrington nothing, the Gulls coming up here in Game 1 of the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series, next on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Birthday shout out to Jen Maloney. Birthday.
Back here now at Cardines Field, John Primus throwing his warm-up tosses on the mound for the Torrington Twisters. He'll face a very potent Newport lineup, including Matt Bouchard, who had the 3-run homer yesterday, who steps up to the plate. Primus starting tonight for the Twisters here in Game 1.
Primus out of North Carolina A&T, and Garner, North Carolina, in 8 regular season starts, went 4-2 with a 2.93 ERA. Over 46 innings, he gave up 42 hits, 23 runs, 15 of them were earned. He walked 13, struck out 40. Good ratio there. Opponents batted only .240 off the right-hander, not overpowering, but a great 2-seam fastball and a pretty good slider to go with it.
Primus making his first appearance of the postseason. The pitch right down the middle for a strike 1 to Matt Bouchard. Bouchard, the hero of the game last night in Game 3 against the Silkworms here at Cardines. A 3-run homer to left in the 5th inning. The pitch, a ground ball, bouncer right side. This one is by the diving second baseman off his glove. Bouchard is safe at first with an infield single. The Gulls getting going early here as Bouchard singles off the glove of Chris Jackson. Matt, who came into the game at 231, did lead the Gulls in postseason competition in the last 3 games with 4 RBI. That brings Scott Brown to the plate, who's batting .455. He has 5 hits, had 5 hits in the series against the Silkworms, including a double and an RBI. Brown bats on the left side, tends to play very well in the postseason historically for the Gulls. Brown in the 2005 season batted .370. And he takes the first pitch, a fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. He had 10 hits in the Gulls' 6 games in 2005 with 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and 7 RBI. Tied with former Gulls Zach Clemens for the postseason lead last year. As a check on the runner at first, Bouchard is back standing. Matt sends it out first. Here's the pitch. Outside. Bouchard has the only steal attempt for the Gulls so far in postseason play this year. Scott Brown out of the University of Rhode Island, Portland, Maine, his hometown. Steps in. Primus sets, kicks and delivers. Swinging a line shot left field. This one will be caught out there by Andres Perez, ranging to his right. And Brown, it'll fly ball right to him. That's the inning's first out.
That ball hit very hard, but hung up there long enough for Perez to get under it. Still that runner at first. Now there's at least 1 out for the Twisters in the field.
That'll bring Jeff Miller up to the plate. Miller also playing in his second postseason for the Gulls. Miller will bat here with Bouchard at first, 1 out, no score. We're here in the last of the first. Miller, the 2005 postseason, batted .250, 5 runs batted in, a double, a triple, and 6 hits overall. Awaits the pitch from Primus. From the set, here it comes. Off-speed pitch is up and away. Miller in the regular season was second on the team in average at .302. 3 homers, 21 RBI. A check on Bouchard at first. He dives in this time. 1-0 remains the count here to Jeff Miller. His big power waits on deck. Jim Murphy and Chris Dominguez. Primus sets. The kick and the pitch. Swinging a foul off the screen gets lodged into the screen. That ball will be stuck there for a little while. It's out of everyone's reach. No, now they're going to. There we go. As Chris Dominguez, the on deck, one of the on deck batters, throws a ball at it and knocks it down. 1-1 remains the count here on Miller. Primus sets, kicks and delivers. On the outside corner for strike 2. Nardozzi gave up a pair of singles in the first and struck out the side. Primus looking to have a similar inning here. Bouchard, whose single is at first. Miller at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging on a ground ball, bounces at third base and up with it. Fires to second, out there on a first, double play. 5-4-3 inning double play. And that will do it for the Gulls here in the first. They get a runner on, however, are retied after one complete. It's the Newport Gulls, nothing. The Torrington Twisters, nothing. Back in a moment on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Number 23.
We go to the second back here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Still no score as Jared Bolden will be the leadoff hitter here in the second inning for the Twisters. He'll be followed by C.J. Pursuit and Derek Shunk. Bolden swings in the first pitch, hits a high fly ball to the left, but there is Matt Ionetta to take it for the inning's first out.
And this is a strategy we saw from the Twisters a lot against the Steeplecats. They faced their two best pitchers and figured that the first pitch of the at-bat was probably going to be the best one they were going to see. If they took that for strike one and fell behind, they're going to be working from behind the entire at-bat. We saw a lot of first pitch swinging against North Adams, and we'll see if that continues throughout the series with Newport.
Paul Nandozzi records his first out. That's not a strikeout so far as Bolden flies out to left. Now C.J. Pursuit. Nandozzi steps off, now steps back on. A look in. Here is the pitch. Fastball's in there for strike one. Pursuit, a .305 hitter in his 30 games played. Recorded triple, 5 home runs, 23 runs batted in. The 0-1. Check swing, he went around. And check that, he did not go around. He looked like from up here he crossed the plate, but appealed to the first base umpire, DJ Nato. He said no. So it'll be 1-1 the count on C.J. Pursuit. Here's the pitch, inside. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count on CJ. Nandozzi winds, kicks, and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2, the count even back up on Pursuit. Nandozzi looking for a quick inning here and to settle down and keep the score as it is 0-0. Thanks for his part. The 2-2. Outside high. The Gulls offense has done the job. We'll have the instant replay of the swing right here. Let's see. Ooh, looks like he went around, but the call stands. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a high fly ball popped up right field foul territory. Jim Murphy having a look. It bounces off the right field roof seats for a long foul ball.
The thing with that check swing is Pursuit's body definitely went around, but the question is, did the bat go too? He tried his best to hold it back with his back shoulder, and in the judgment of DJ Nadeau, that did not go.
He has a much better view than we do up here. Nandozzi ready with his second payoff pitch of the night. It's swung on and missed, strike 3, number 4 for Paul. Pursuit goes down swinging. Now bring Derek Shunk up to the plate here. 2 up, 2 down for Shunk. Third baseman tonight for the Twisters. A .204 hitter in the regular season. No homers, 5 runs batted in.
Derek Shunk from Villanova University, Yardley, Pennsylvania.
Nandozzi goes to work here with the bases empty. He winds, kicks, and deals. Breaking balls in there for strike 1. Shunk is batting .200 in the postseason. In 5 at-bats, does a run on a hit, knocked in a run. The 0-1, and there for strike 2. Shunk is in the hole here as Nandozzi looks in. The 0-2 pitch, swinging a line shot, hooking foul towards the Twister dugout. Newport Gulls 2001, 2002, 2005 championship banners blow in the breeze underneath the scoreboard up the first base line, foul territory area. As the 0-2 pitch from Nandozzi is on the inside corner, called third strike for the second time tonight. Nandozzi records back-to-back strikeouts, his 5th overall. 1-2-3, go the Twisters here in the second. We have played 1.5, still no score as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Some dark-looking clouds up in the sky here at Cardines Field. As they're off in the outfield, we can see them dark rain looking like clouds, but not quite, as we have a live looking on the radar as well, and no green is showing up, so just some dark clouds overhead. Shouldn't threaten us too much. No lightning or anything like that. We did have 3 straight games here in the playoffs affected by lightning at Cardines Field. Game 1 at Cardines was delayed in the first inning over an hour and 15 minutes due to a passing lightning and windstorm. Game 2 up in Manchester was delayed right before it was supposed to get underway by an hour due to a lightning storm in Northwest Park. And then, of course, the rain that inundated Cardines Field 4 hours before game time here last night. Grounds crew did a great job to get the field ready. Hopefully we won't have that streak continue as we'll get underway for baseball here in the second inning. We'll see the heart of the order due up: Jim Murphy, Chris Dominguez, Andy Lentz. Each of these, with the exception of Dominguez, has a home run. Murphy and Lentz have each hit a round tripper so far in the postseason. Lentz with a great catch in center field last night. The pitch swing, a missed strike one from Jim Murphy, who hit his first home run of the postseason last night. A .358 hitter in the regular season, was the NACBL batting champion, played in 41 games of the Gulls 42. Awaits the 0-1. Swing, a high fly ball popped up left center field. Coming on the center fielder under it, makes the catch. Aaron Newman puts away Murphy for the inning's first out.
And don't be surprised if you see the Twisters committed to not letting Murphy beat them. He stung them during the regular season, and they all heard what he did last night, knocking around the Manchester Silkworms. The Twisters would be a lot happier if they're going to lose to let somebody else in the lineup beat them. They think that one of the keys to this series is going to be controlling Murphy.
Chris Dominguez is the guy that can beat you if you let him. Here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss, strike one. He chased something off speed and outside. Dominguez in the playoffs batting .250 with 3 RBI, 3 hits. A pitch, he went around. He's appealed to the first base umpire. He rung him up, so nothing into the count on Dominguez. Dominguez with a double and a triple is a home run shy of a postseason cycle. John Primus ready. His 0-2. Low and outside, 1-2 the count. Dominguez in the regular season hit .201, led the league with 11 home runs. Second on the Gulls with 23 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Just outside, 2-2 the count, even to Chris. Big right-handed batter, University of Louisville. Hometown of Miami, Florida. His father's in attendance here tonight. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Strikeout number 1 for Primus, 2 up, 2 down here in the second.
That's a big statement for Primus. Arguably the 2 most dangerous hitters in the Newport lineup are Jim Murphy and Chris Dominguez. He got Murphy to fly out weakly to center and then struck out Dominguez.
Andy Lentz hit a home run in game 1 against the Silkworms here at Cardines Field 4 nights ago. Lentz was batting .167 in the postseason. 1 run on 2 hits. Home run is only RBI. The left-hander takes ball 1 outside. The 1-0 pitch. Missing inside, 2-0. Andy's older brother Richie Lentz can no longer pitch for the Gulls as he'll be signing a contract with the Red Sox on Monday. The 2-0 delivery. Swing on ground ball bouncer, hit hard to the first baseman. He has it. He's going to run out Lentz himself for the inning for the out that retires this second inning. We have played 2 complete here at Cardines Field. Still nothing our score as we continue with our coverage of postseason action. The 2006 NACBL Southern Division Championship Series continues right after this on the NACBL Broadcast Network.
Chris Jackson from Virginia Commonwealth University.
Ball Nanduzzi gets ready to work here in the third inning. He'll face the number 9 man first, Chris Jackson. He squares for a bunt but takes the first pitch on the inside corner for strike 1 as he runs out of the way. Jackson will be followed by the top of the order, Newman and Moses. Paul Nanduzzi ready. He winds, kicks, and deals. Swing and a drive. Hammered to right field, shallow outfoul territory. The ball drops in front of the foul pole as sliding dangerously into the flagpole there is Adam Tempesta. Like Scott Brown and Jim Murphy also converge over there in front of the scoreboard and up the first base line, foul territory area. Odd foul territory here at Cardines. It's bordered by the warehouse, the scoreboard, the flagpole in a little corner over there, and sliding into that spot was Tempesta. I mean, he almost hit his leg on the flagpole, so a tricky play there. Nobody could come up with it. Just a long strike, 0-2 on Jackson. Now Dozy ready. His pitch is missing low for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Outside. Furthest pitch thrown outside by Nandozzi today as Malacone was crossed up a little bit. 2-2 now the count to Jackson, who's batting .250. So far with a pair of walks, was hit by a pitch. The pitch, a ground ball bouncer. The shortstop has it. Bouchard throws the first, a long throw, but it's just in time to get Jackson one away.
5 in a row now retired by Nardozzi after the back-to-back singles with 2 outs in the first.
Now we go back to the top of the order, and Aaron Newman. Newman's postseason numbers look like this. He's yet to record a hit, has scored a run, and knocked in a run. Struck out once, is hit by a pitch. 7 official at bat so far. Here's the pitch. Fastball's in there for a strike. Newman's regular season numbers. .213 hitter, no homers, 7 runs batted in. An everyday player for the Twisters. The pitch. Swing, a pop-up, foul off to the right. The crowd continues to fill in a little bit. We may see just over 2,000 fans here tonight. Still early yet, just past, almost 7:15 here on the East Coast. Some cloud cover overhead, but no rain showers to report for you. Not a drop has fallen. We don't anticipate it will. The 0-2 popped up again off the netting. This one will land right next to us in the stands. As a couple of young fans grab it right in front of Gully. Newport Gulls famed mascot. 1 out. Now Dozy looks in with the 0-2 pitch to Newman. A strikeout victim his last time. Here it comes. Skips in there. Ball 1. Now Dozy has already fanned Newman, Moses, Kleps, Pursuit, and Shunk. 5 strikeouts so far in 2 1/3 innings of work. Looking for his first strikeout of the 3rd. He'll take it out anyway at this point. All he wants to do is keep his team in this game. It's 0-0 right now. The 1-2 pitch. Skips in there again. 2-2 on Newman.
Newman, good patience at the plate. He led the Twisters in walks in the regular season. Just because you have 2 strikes on him does not mean he will start chasing pitches out of the strike zone.
Only struck out 19 times. Not a lot for an everyday player. The pitch, high at the fastball, 3-2. So from 2 strikes down, it's worked the count full on Aaron. Moses waits on deck. There's 1 out here. The bases are empty. Now Dozy, ready. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Aaron Newman fans for the 2nd time tonight. This time it's swinging. Now Dozy records strikeout number 6. And he is on fire just as he was when he went 2-0 in the postseason last year. I'll bring Mitchell Moses up to the plate, a strikeout victim his last time. There are 2 outs here.
Mitchell Moses.
1-2-3 went the Twisters in the 2nd. Now Dozy looking for more of the same. Here's the pitch to the lefty Moses. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Chase a slider outside. Now the 0-1. Skips inside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Mitchell Moses. Pitch way inside. 2-1 the count on Moses, who about .274 with no homers and 14 runs batted in. Postseason, a .143 hitter so far. Takes the next one on the outside corner. 2-2 the count will even up. 2 outs. No score in the 2nd inning. Now Dozy from the windup. The 2-2 pitch. Swing a drive into right center field. Going back to center fielder, now the right fielder. This ball will be caught out there by the center fielder, Andy Lentz, for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go. The Twisters here in the 3rd. We have played 2 1/2. Still no score on the NECBL Broadcast Network. A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Tiger TV crew and Newport Gulls, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network, and may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written permission of Tigers TV, the Newport Gulls, and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League. We go to the third here at Cardines Field. Still no score. For the Newport Gulls, it'll be John Malacone, Matt Ionetta, Adam Tempesta, 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here as Giant Primus goes out there for a third inning of work. Malacone, in his second postseason last year, he played for the Westerners. Stands in the pitch, is on the outside corner for strike one. The defensive alignment for Torrington.
Andres Perez is in left, Aaron Newman in center, Mitchell Moses around in right, and third base is Derek Shunk. Shortstop is Chris Kleps.
The pitch. Low and away.
Second base is Chris Jackson. First base is Jared Bolden. And behind the plate is C.J. Brissou, catching for John Primus.
Now the 1-1 from John. In there for a strike. John pitching to John. Both spell their name John. I spell my middle name as well. A coincidence, I'm sure. The 1-2. Just outside, 2-2 the count, even on Malacone, who in the regular season. Starting catcher for the Newport Gulls, appeared in 31 games, batted .220. 2 homers, 11 RBI. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Malacone is the second strikeout victim of the night and the first out here in the third for John Primus and the Twisters.
Paul Nardozzi is doing it with fire. He struck out 6 Twisters, but John Primus quietly putting together a solid start to this game as well. He's faced the minimum now through 2 1/3 thanks to that double play in the first inning.
Well, the Twisters, who have their defense backing them up, that's going to be critical in this game for both sides. The pitch. Outside with a pitcher's duel. Defense is everything. 1-0 on Matt Ionetta. Joined the team late in the season, appeared in 16 games. Here's the pitch. Low. And actually in there for a strike. 1-1. Ionetta at .261. A homer, 8 runs batted in. The 1-1. Swinging a line shot, ripped fair ball down the third base line. Ionetta hits first, sees him go into second as the ball gets caught up in the bullpen down there. And it's going to be a ground rule double for Matt Ionetta. As the ball is now recovered, any ball going to that bullpen crossing the line is a ground rule double, so the Newport Gulls had the second hit of the night off of Primus. This one was hit on the ground, bouncing down the third base line, fair by about a foot past the bag. And the Newport Gulls have a 1-out double in the form of Ionetta, who stands in at second. Adam Tempesta, the bat here.
That's certainly the hardest hit ball so far against John Primus, just inside the left field line. Tailed into the bullpen and may have been a break for the Twisters. If that stays in play, might have been 3.
That is certainly the case with the long way to go down that left field line. 320 feet. I bring Adam Tempesta to the plate, so Ionetta, who had only 1 hit in the postseason coming in with an RBI, now has his first double of the postseason. He did have 4 in the regular season, and he's a double machine. This limited playing time. Here's the pitch to Tempesta. Outside ball 1 to Adam. Recorded an RBI and a hit so far. Batting 125 in the series against Manchester. Making his first plate appearance of the night. We're here in the third. A runner at second, 1 out. Primus goes to work, checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing on ground ball, roll to the third baseman dies. He'll throw to first to get to Tempesta in time for the inning's second out. And Bolden will walk the ball back to the pitcher.
And the key to that play is the ball on the left side of the infield and hit hard on the ground. Does not allow the runner to move up from second base. He'll still be standing there now with 2 away.
So here comes the top of the order. Matt Bouchard, who singled his last time. Bouchard was erasing the double play to end the first inning. Matt with a 3-run homer here last night, the hero offensively for the Gulls. He bats with a runner at second, 2 away. Ionetta, the go-ahead run. Bouchard at the plate. Here's the pitch from John Primus from the set. Here it comes. Low and away, ball 1. Bouchard had 2 home runs in the regular season, including a walk-off against the Torrington Twisters here at Cardines. He levels the bat. Primus sets. And he's going to throw back to second. Picked off is Ionetta. Ionetta was well off the bag at second. So the Newport Gulls lose the advantage of the double here. Matt Bouchard straining it at the plate. We have played 3 complete, still no score as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And back here now at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, Paul Nardozzi will pitch to the heart of the twister order here. Andres Perez, Justin Lepore, Chris Clips here with the play-by-play. Matt Janik.
Thank you, Nick. Perez in to lead things off, singled through the middle in his first plate appearance. He is 1 for 1. First pitch, breaking ball misses outside, 1-0. Bachman Turner overdrive ringing true there between innings. You ain't seen nothing yet. No runs on either side. 2 hits for the Twisters, 1 for the Gulls. 2 for the Gulls, rather. 2 hits apiece, no runs to show for it. 1-0 to Perez, off-speed pitch, again misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes to the Twisters left fielder.
And they have seen something up in Vermont. It's 1-0 in the top of the 4th. Chris Friedrich for Vermont has struck out 4 and just 2 hits off of him so far.
2-0 fastball to Perez, high and tight, check swing, appeal to first base. He went around, says DJ Nadeau. And the count 2-1 to Perez.
So the Mountaineers out there in an early lead over the Mainers. Nate McDonald had the RBI single in that game.
Mountaineers, defending Northern Division champions and the regular season champs this year, have not lost a game in the playoffs this year. Swept Holyoke in the first round. 2-1 fastball to Perez, misses upstairs. 3 balls and a strike to the slugger. Perez with a solo home run in game 1 against North Adams. Drove in 2 runs on a double in the bottom of the 6th inning in game 2. 3 RBIs in the postseason already for Perez. Nardozzi winds and delivers. 3-1, swung on and fouled back to the screen, and that drills the home plate camera pretty much dead on.
Yeah, well, Director Tom Lee will have to run out there at some point to replace that. Well, perhaps we can send our associate producer Ray Ballard Sr. out to fix that, as the power cable for the camera was knocked right out of position. A fan will actually plug it back in for us.
Dead-on shot from Perez. Payoff pitch. Fastball swung on and grounded on the left side. Up with it third is Dominguez. Flips across the diamond in time. Perez retired to start the top of the 4th inning. 1 out, nobody on for Justin Lepore. Lepore in the first inning singled back up the middle. Back-to-back singles for the Twisters from Perez and Lepore in the first. The only hits they've had so far. They're only base runners as well.
Justin Lepore.
Paul Nardozzi has 6 strikeouts on the game. Through the first 3 innings, he is red hot on the mound. John Primus opposing him, doing pretty well himself, has only struck out 2, but has only allowed 2 base runners, one of which was erased on a double play, the other of which got picked off. First pitch to Lepore, breaking ball in the outside corner, 0-1.
So home plate camera remains knocked out here as Ray Ballard attempts to correct the problem.
Nardozzi working quickly with nobody on. 0-1, swung on and grounded on the left side. Up with it, short is Bouchard. Long throw across the diamond is in time. Justin Lepore retired. 2 up and 2 sent aside in the visitors' half of the 4th. Moving very quickly through this one. We started a couple minutes late. Game time scheduled for 6:35. Got off at about 6:38 or so. We have played about 50 minutes. And we are almost through 3.5 innings. Chris Kleps next to the plate for the Twisters. He'll bat with 2 outs and nobody on. Kleps struck out swinging in the first. He's 0 for 1. Nardozzi winds, kicks, and delivers. First pitch fastball misses down low. 1-0 to the Twisters shortstop. Kleps with an RBI in the postseason as well. 1-0 from Nardozzi. Fastball in at the belt this time. Evens the count at 1-1. Kleps a streaky hitter, often hot then cold over the course of the season. 1-1, in at the belt again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kleps. Nardozzi in a groove is wasting no time on the mound. Winds, kicks, and delivers the 1-2. Swing and a miss out in front of the breaking ball. He struck him out. Kleps fans for the second time. 7th strikeout through 4 innings by Nardozzi. Nothing across for the Twisters in the 4th. We've played 3.5. No score, the Gulls and the Twisters. This is the NECBL Southern Division Championship on Team Line. Scott Brown and Jeff Miller. First pitch of the inning from Primus. Breaking ball over the heart of the plate. 0-1. Our video back up and running as well. Still minus home plate camera, so welcome back if you're watching on Team Line as well. 0-1 from Primus. Breaking ball swung on and grounded back out the middle. Eludes the grass, but Primus Jackson fields it up. Throws on the run from second base in time. Bouchard retired. Scored 4-3. 1 up, 1 set aside in the home half of the 4th. Scott Brown next to the plate. The goal right fielder lined out sharply to Andres Perez in left field. Back in the first inning. Nonetheless, he's 0 for 1.
Number 4, Scott Brown.
The lights on here at Cardines Field. Sun beginning to set over Rhode Island. First pitch to Brown. Inside and misses with a breaking ball down low. 1-0. Sky has shifted from partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we've gone along here. Temperature's comfortable, humidity down as well. 1-0, fastball in on the outside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. Like Nardozzi, Primus working quickly with nobody on. 1-1, breaking ball, just misses downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Wind blowing ever so slightly from right to left. Not going to have much effect on the baseball. Primus winds and kicks the 2-1 fastball well high and outside. 3 balls and a strike. Pretty good crowd on hand here at Cardines Field. They've continued to file in as the evening goes along. Certainly not the most impressive crowd we've seen with the Twisters in town this year, but still just fine nonetheless. Game 1, Southern Division Championship Series. 3-1, swung on and grounded on the right side by Brown. Jackson fields it on 2 hops. Flips to first base. Scott Brown retired. Second ground out to second base of the inning for the Gulls. 2 up and 2 set aside. And Jeff Miller will come to the plate now. 2 outs and nobody on. Miller 0 for 1, grounded into an around-the-horn double play. 5-4-3. Shunked to Jackson to Bolden, which ended the first inning. These two teams will meet again tomorrow evening. Game 2 slated for 6 p.m. start at Fusenich Park in Torrington. If you're in the Torrington area, come on out and show these teams some support. First pitch, waved at and missed. Slider off the plate to Miller, 0-1. Game 3, if necessary, would be right back here at Cardines Field on Monday evening. Going to be a 6:35 start. 0-1 from Primus. Another slider off the plate. Another swing and a miss from Jeff Miller. And Miller quickly in a 0-2 hole. Miller out of the box and now back in. Winds and delivers the 0-2. Swung on and fouled off the facade of the home plate grandstand and back onto the field. Miller stays alive. The count will remain 0-2. Just past 7:30 here in Newport. No score. The Gulls and the Twisters, 2 outs, nobody on. Home half of the 4th. Another 0-2 breaking ball swung on and popped up over the left side of the infield. Kleps ranges back from shortstop onto the left field grass. Makes the catch a few steps out onto the grass. And Jeff Miller and the Newport Gulls retired in the 4th. Nothing across as they go in order. We have played 4 complete here in Newport. The Gulls nothing, the Twisters nothing. This is the NECBL Southern Division Championship Series on Team Line.
Newport.
Back here in Newport, we head for the top of the 5th. First pitch to Jared Bolden. Check swing at a fastball. They're going to peel to third base. He did not go, says John Wilkins. Pitch misses up and away. It's 1-0. Update from Vermont. The game now tied at 1-1. Paddock with a solo home run for the Sanford Mainers. They head for the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 pitch to Bolden. Fouled off against the big screen on the third base side. And leaving the count at 1-1. Bolden in the left-handed batter's box is the Twisters' first baseman. Flew out to left field, leading off the second inning. He's 0 for 1. 1-1 pitch from Nardozzi. Swung on and grounded hard on the right side. Diving is Murphy. It's past him and down the right field line. Around first and holding on there is Jared Bolden. That ball corralled very quickly by Scott Brown in right field. Jared Bolden, leadoff single over the bag at first base. The Twisters have a runner on and nobody out in the top of the 5th. That ball turned on by Bolden and put right over the first base bag. Jim Murphy made a dive at it but could not come up with it. Got by him and down the line. C.J. Brassu will come to the plate now. Twister catcher, healthy again. Missed game 2 of the North Adams series after being hit in the forearm in game 1. Feeling better today, back in there and behind the plate for the Twisters. He struck out swinging in the second. He's 0 for 1. one of 7 strikeout victims by Paul Nardozzi on the hill for Newport. First pitch here, fastball misses outside, maybe a little low as well, 1-0. Gulls sporting the white home jerseys, blue numbers and letters with orange trim on those. White pants with a blue and orange stripe down the legs. 1-0, check swing, fouled on the first base side. Evens the count at 1-1. Black caps for the Gulls with their logo on the front, blue brims to go with them. For the Twisters, the road black jerseys with orange striping on the sleeves. The orange Twister script on the front, orange numbers on the back, both the numbers and the letters have a white border. Gray road pants with black piping down the sides. Spin and a throw over to first to check on Bolden. He dives back in safely. And Twisters sporting black caps with the orange Twister tee on the front. When they're at the plate, the black batting helmets with the orange brim. Nardozzi sets 1-1 breaking ball swung on and poked foul on the first base side. That's going to get out of play down towards the concession stand on the first base side here at Cardines Field. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cardines Field, not a lot of foul territory on either side. America's Cup Avenue on the third base side. Probably no more than about 50 feet from the foul line. Thus leaving limited area for seating and even more limited area for foul ground. Pursue's going to call time and step out before the 1-2. Another road borders down the first base side, a little farther back, about 70, 80 feet. More room for stands and a little more foul territory on the first base side. The concession stand down there as well. Another spin and a check on Bolden, who again dives back in safely. Pursue's still awaits the 1-2 at the plate.
Well, our backstop camera remains out of commission as the crew works tirelessly to get a replacement camera put up in there.
Took a direct shot in the top of the 4th off a foul ball from Andres Perez. Another check at Bolden, very worried about him, but again diving back in safely is the Twisters' first baseman. He's being held on there by Jim Murphy. Rest of the infield straight up against Pursuit. Outfield maybe a step the other way towards right. Nardozzi's 1-2, fastball misses outside, count even at 2-2. Pursuit with 5 home runs on the regular season. 3 of those came in a single game at Danbury, down at Rogers Park. Nardozzi set, 2-2 pitch, fastball swung on and popped foul on the first base side, and that's going to get out of play. And up over the roof down in right field, and will bounce away down the roadway. Count remains even to Pursuit at 2-2. We play in the top of the 5th. There's no outs and a runner on first for the Twisters. There is no score in this ball game. It's game 1 of the Southern Division Championship Series. Spin and a throw to first again. Diving for the ball is Murphy. Diving back to the bag is Bolden. Murphy lands on top of Bolden, who is safe. Murphy able to corral the baseball. That ball gets away. Bolden easily moves up to second base, if not further. Nardozzi has thrown over 4 times during this at-bat. Very worried about Bolden. Pretty good speed over at first base. Nardozzi sets, delivers a 2-2. Fastball swung on and flown on the right side. Again out of play. And bouncing away towards the Newport Fire Department, located directly on the first base side of home plate across the street. Count remains even to Pursuit at 2-2. Paul Nardozzi, this is by far the longest at bat he's faced so far this game. Pursuit putting up a battle. Nardozzi has been brilliant. He's given up 2 hits, 3 hits now with the hit in this inning, has struck out 7. Sets, kicks, and delivers. Swung on and looped foul on the first base side. Out of play again. Bounces off the roof of the right field grandstand. Rolls out onto the roadway once again. Pursuit wasting pitches in this at-bat. Wasting baseballs as well. Home plate umpire Ron Adams is going to need a new supply before too long. Jared Bolden off of first. There are no outs in the top of the 5th. Nardozzi sets, spins, and throws. Diving back in again is Jared Bolden. He's got a pretty good lead over there at first, but able to make it back each time. Paul Nardozzi continues to worry about him. Pursuit redigs into the right-handed batter's box. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball swung on and pops up behind home plate into foul territory. Coming over for a look is John Mollicone, but it's going to get out of play and bounce off the roof. Actually misses the roof and lands just to the right of us in the first base stands. Meanwhile, sirens going off behind us. Emergency vehicles headed off down America's Cup Avenue. The siren came up in the middle of Nardozzi's windup on that last pitch.
such a close proximity to the streets here, right alongside. They border the field on both sides.
2-2 fastball, strike 3 called. He struck him out. C.J. Brassu looks at strike 3 on the outside corner. 8th strikeout of the game for Paul Nardozzi. That's the first out of the top of the 5th inning. Nardozzi clicking right along. Up well over a strikeout an inning. He has 8 through 4 1/3. Approaching 2 strikeout an inning territory. Derek Shunk comes to the plate now. He was one of those strikeout victims as well. He went down looking to end the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. Bolden still stands on first. Now there's 1 away in the top of the 5th. Nardozzi another throw over to first to check on him. This time Bolden back in standing. Nardozzi really laboring here in the top of the 5th. Throwing a lot of pitches at the plate and throwing a lot to first base as well. First pitch to Shunk, fastball, misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes to the Twister third baseman. Shunk has alternated between second base and third base for the Twisters this year. He's played both and played them both well. Struggle at the plate for much of the season, but looking good so far in the playoffs. 1-0 runner goes, swung on and fouled off, foul on the first base side. Evens the count at 1-1. The hit and run on there for Torrington, looking to get something going here in the top of the 5th. The way both these pitchers are going, classic pitchers duel here in Game 1 of the Southern Division Championship Series. Twisters and Gulls, no score. 3 hits for the Twisters, 2 for the Gulls. This is a game where 1 run is going to make a big difference. 1-1 to Shunk, breaking ball, misses down low at the ankles. 2 balls and a strike to Derek Shunk. House is behind the outfield here at Cardines Field. Giant fences put up to try to offer them some protection. Another throw over to first, diving back in is Bolden. Beyond left field, there's a family out on their patio, sitting at a picnic table, enjoying this one. Walk onto the back porch and watch a baseball game. 2-1 pitch on the outside corner, evens the count to Shunk at 2-2. Both teams have their dugouts on the first base side, and the 2 teams share a bullpen deep down the left field line. Nardozzi sets at the letters, kicks and delivers 2-2. Runner goes, swung on and fouled off. Out of play and out of Cardines Field on the first base side. That one slashed at by Shunk. He's trying to go the other way with Bolden in motion. Lights it off and stays alive at 2-2. Twisters trying to make something happen here in the top of the 5th. Second time they've had to hit and run on in this at-bat. Second time Shunk has fouled the ball off in the process. Nardozzi has his sign for Malacone. Sets, delivers at 2-2. Swung on and lined into right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Holding on at second is Jared Bolden. He'll stop there. Derek Shunk, a 1-out single. Twisters with 2 on and 1 away here in the top of the 5th.
Nardozzi will go to work here with Jackson coming up, who of course grounded out his last time. Still pitching pretty well here through 5th. Has given up a couple of hard hit singles, but Nardozzi usually very effective in a situation like this.
Chris Jackson will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1, as you said. Twisters had a runner in scoring position in the first. Andres Perez and Justin Lepore had back-to-back singles with 2 outs, but then Chris Klepp struck out. Here, 1 out and runners at first and second for Chris Jackson. Nardozzi sets, kicks and delivers. Breaking ball, misses outside. 1-0 to the Twisters second baseman. Aaron Newman on deck. He's the top of the order. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Middle infield at double play depth. They're playing normal at the corners. Murphy not holding the runner. Shunk at first. 1-0 pitch, foul back to the backstop by Jackson, leaving the count at 1-1. Baseball retrieved by Mitchell Moses. He'll take it back towards the Twister dugout. Bolden off of second, Shunk off of first. 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. No score, the Gulls and the Twisters. 1-1 from Nardozzi. Off-speed pitch misses down in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike to Chris Jackson. Jackson looks down to third base. Marty Deliveron running through the signs there. Still got that brace on his right elbow, which has hurt the Twisters' batting practice rotation. It's down to Greg Mohart and Tom Spirito. Nardozzi sets at the belt. 2-1 to Jackson. Swing and a miss at the fastball. That'll even the count at 2-2. Nardozzi trying to work around some trouble on the top of the 5th. Bolden's on second, Shunk is on first. They've both singled in this ball game, both to right field. There's one away in the top of the 5th, no score. Nardozzi sets at the belt. 2-2, grounded on the left side. Diving and missing is Dominguez. Bouchard up with it over to first, just in time. Chris Jackson retired, score at 6-3 at first base. That's the second out of the inning. Now there's 2 in scoring position. Bolden moves up to third. Derek Shunk moves up to second. 2 in scoring position for Aaron Newman. Newman 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out looking in the first, struck out swinging in the third. That's 2 of the 8 strikeouts recorded by Paul Nardozzi through 4 2/3 innings. He's been on fire on the mound.
In the regular season, they hit just 171 against him with runners on.
Newman with a chance to bring the Twisters' first run of the game. Fastball misses low and away, 1-0. Jared Bolden on third with good speed. Derek Shunk on second, decent speed as well. On base hit to the outfield, May scored 2. Game 1, Southern Division Championship Series, scoreless. The Gulls and the Twisters coming from third and bluffing is Bolden. Newman shows bunt, pulls back, takes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The Twisters have run the squeeze play a lot as of late. They've been very successful with it 4 or 5 times in the last couple weeks, including once in the North Adams series. Been very adept at the suicide squeeze. Nardozzi sets, kicks and delivers 1-1 fastball right down Broadway. 2 balls and 2 strikes, to Aaron Newman. More sirens behind us on America's Cup Avenue. And bustling place is the city of Newport, Rhode Island. Nardozzi trying to work around trouble, sets, delivers the 2-2 to Newman. Strike 2, The scoreboard obscured by the first base cameraman and all sorts of piping down there. Now the count is 2-2. In any event, Jared Bolden's on third, Derek Shunk's on second. No score, Twisters and the Gulls. Newman's going to call time. Nardozzi taking too long for him. He'll step out of the right-handed batter's box, fiddle around with the batting gloves, and dig back in. Taps the bat on the plate and hoists it to his shoulder. Nardozzi looks to Malacone for the sign, sets at the letters. Delivers the 2-2, misses outside with a fastball. The count runs full to Aaron Newman. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Twisters center fielder. Twisters looking for their first runs of the game. First runs by either team in this game. It is scoreless in the top of the 5th. Old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Nardozzi sets. Payoff pitch to Newman. Breaking ball slashed foul out of play on the first base side. Over the stands and out onto the roadway. We'll do it again at 3-2. On deck is Mitchell Moses if we get there. Right now at the plate is Aaron Newman. 3-2, count 2 away. Runners at second and third. That's 2 men in scoring position for Newman. Nardozzi sets another payoff pitch. Swung on and slashed foul again. Out of play, over the stands and out of the park on the first base side. And the count remains full at 3-2.
Couple defensive swings and Newman swinging at Nardozzi's delivery, which has been high the last couple of times. Would have been ball 4.
Nardozzi looks to Malacone for the sign. Long look, now he has one he likes. Looks at Bolden at third. Now delivers a payoff pitch. Swung on and chopped out in front of the plate. This could be trouble. Coming in from third is Dominguez. He's going to have to hurry. Throws to first. In time. Aaron Newman retired. And the Twisters leave 2 in scoring position in the 5th. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. We have played 4.5, halfway home here at Cardines Field. Scoreless between the Gulls and the Twisters. This is the NECBL Southern Division Championship Series on Team Line.
Number 28, Jim Murphy.
Back here in Newport, bottom of the 5th, Jim Murphy at the plate. First pitch from John Primus. Breaking pitch misses off the plate. 1-0. Murphy will be followed by Chris Dominguez and Andy Lentz. No score. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Game 1, Southern Division Championship Series, Twisters and Gulls. 1-0, check swing, but he went around. That one called at the plate by home plate umpire Ron Adams. And the count even at a ball and a strike. Murphy 0 for 1, flew out to Aaron Newman in center field. Back in the second. 1-1 pitch, misses outside, maybe a little low with the curveball. 2 balls and a strike to the Newport slugger. 2-1 fastball swung on and ripped foul outside of third base. Count will be even, 2-2. The front side of Murphy's White Gulls jersey quite dirty. A couple diving attempts over at first base. 2-2 from Primus. Curveball just misses outside and low. The count will run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
We have an update out of Vermont. Paddock had a solo home run to tie it at 1 apiece. Now it's 2-1 Vermont as Troy Carter knocked in an RBI single after 5.
Payoff pitch swung on and ripped on a line to left field. That's going to fall in front of Andres Perez. Jim Murphy on first base with a leadoff single. The Gulls might be in business in the bottom of the 5th. 1 on and nobody out.
Murphy came into the game batting .538 in the playoffs with 7 hits, a double, a home run, and 2 RBI. And it's his 8th hit of the postseason.
More sirens and commotion behind us.
The fire station on West Marlboro Street across the street from the field here.
And they are quite busy tonight. Chris Dominguez comes to the plate, runner on first, nobody out. Dominguez struck out swinging in the second. One of 2 strikeout victims for John Primus. John Malacone was the other. First pitch, fastball, misses high and outside, 1-0.
Now all volunteer crew still working with that camera fix for you. In the meantime, it was a power adapter problem, so it was hit directly by the foul tip. So all of our cameras out of commission as we try to get that fixed. We still have 1 camera working for you.
0-1, misses outside, or 1-0 rather, misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. To Chris Dominguez.
Dominguez not somebody you want to fall behind of, so Pursuit is out there to talk things over with Primus.
The last thing Primus needs is to put Dominguez on base. That would put first and second with nobody out, and the Gulls would be in real business. He wants to try to find a way to fight back and get Dominguez, but you can't make a mistake pitch or Dominguez is going to deposit it into that playground in left field. 2-0 from Primus, fastball in at the knees. 2 balls and a strike to the Newport third baseman. Dominguez entertained by that call. Big smile on his face, hops up and down outside the right-handed batter's box. Now regains his composure and digs back in. Primus sets at the letters, looks at Murphy at first, kicks and delivers. 2-1 swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Primus battling right back against Chris Dominguez. Dominguez has a lot of power, led the NECBL in home runs this season, but a free swinger as well, a tendency to strike out as evidenced in the second inning when he struck out. 2-2 from Primus, swing and a miss at the breaking ball. He struck him out. Dominguez fans for the second time tonight. 3rd strikeout by Primus. He battles back from a 2-0 hole and gets Dominguez to swing and miss. Now 1 out and a runner on first. Murphy's still standing there for Andy Lentz. It's the most important part of that strikeout. It is an effective out for Primus. It does not allow Murphy to move into scoring position. Primus still out of the stretch, sets at the letters, kicks and delivers. First pitch swung on and fouled out of play on the third base side. That's going to get over the grandstand and out onto America's Cup Avenue. It may threaten the 4 lanes of traffic out there. We are approaching 8 o'clock here in Newport. Alongside Nick Lima, I'm Matt Janik here at Cardines Field. 0-1 swung on and fouled back to the backstop. Andy Lentz quickly in a 0-2 hole. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Southern Division Championship Series Game 1, Torrington Twisters, Newport Gulls. We have no score. 1 out and a runner on first. Jim Murphy singled to left field to lead off the inning, then Chris Dominguez struck out. 0-2 from Primus. Swing and a miss at the curveball. He struck out Andy Lentz as well. Back-to-back strikeouts for John Primus. That's 4 on the game. And after that leadoff single, suddenly 2 outs, and Jim Murphy still standing at first.
You got to give Primus a lot of credit here after giving up that single to Murphy. Not shaking up at all, going right after Dominguez and Lentz.
It'll be up to John Malacone to continue this inning. Malacone is the Newport catcher. He's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging to lead off the 3rd. Primus has his sign from Brassu, sets at the letters. Delivers the first pitch to Malacone. Curveball skips in the dirt, blocked by Brassu. Nice job to keep that one in front of him. That'll keep Murphy at first base. A 1-0 count to John Malacone. Brissou, after retrieving the ball that bounced off of him, now back behind home plate and resumes the squatting position. John Primus, the right-hander, sets at the letters, delivers the 1-0. Fastball off the plate. Brissou thinks about a snap throw to first, but then decides not to. Jim Murphy back in. The sun has just about set in Newport. We are now playing by artificial light. 6 light towers here at Cardines Field. 2-0 swung on a line, past the diving Derek Shunkin down towards the left field corner. Perez cuts it off there around second, heading to third is Jim Murphy. He will be held there as the ball misses the cutoff man. Comes all the way to C.J. Brissou at the plate. Into second with a 2-out stand-up double is John Malacone. And the Gulls may be in business with 2 away. Second and third with 2 outs for Matt Iannetta.
Malacone's 5th hit of the postseason, his first extra base hit. Of course, Malacone was a hero last night in the 8th, his sacrifice fly to get the winning run home. It was Murphy at the time. Now Murphy stands 90 feet away with a go-ahead run for the Gulls.
Derek Shunk was playing well off the bag at third, and that got in between him, a diving Shunk, and the third base bag. Went all the way down the left field line. Nice job by Perez to race over and cut it off before it got all the way to the fence. And that was what kept Jim Murphy from coming all the way around to score. Primus will not be delivering the first pitch as Iannetta calls time and steps out. Primus sets at the letters. First pitch to Iannetta. Fastball misses upstairs. 1-0.
And we're now back up to 2 cameras. Should be back up to 3 momentarily. Our other camera was knocked out earlier by a
1-0 swing and a miss at the fastball by Iannetta. Evens the count at 1-1. The home plate camera was earlier drilled by a foul tip by Andres Perez. Hit it pretty much dead on. We are playing musical cameras to try to get everything back up and running.
That's a good interpretation.
Primus sets the 1-1. Breaking ball misses off the plate. Good eye by Iannetta, 2-1. Iannetta in his first plate appearance doubled down the left field line. That was a ground rule double that got into the bullpen out there. He was later picked off of second base to end the inning. Nonetheless, he is 1 for 1. And another base hit would likely give the Gulls a 2-0 lead. Would at least make it 1-0. Primus sets at the letters. 2-1 to Iannetta. Fastball low and away. Hitters count for Iannetta. 3 balls and a strike. Though with first base open, a walk would not be the worst thing that John Primus could do. Adam Tempesta waits on deck. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to third in the third.
A big pitch still coming up for Primus here.
He sets at the orange twister script on his jersey. 3-1 breaking pitch. Misses outside. Heading on down to first base will be Matt Iannetta. First walk of the game issued by John Primus, and the Newport Gulls have the bases loaded with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. That's going to bring a visit to the mound. Pitching coach Tom Spirito will head out there, try to bring his right-hander back under control.
Well, the Newport Gulls haven't had many bases loaded opportunities so far here in the postseason against the Silkworms. There was some offense in the 3-game series, but now not too many big innings as they tended to chip away if they fell behind or scored a run here and there.
Tempesta will be the batter. The meeting on the mound broken up by home plate umpire Ron Adams. Spirito will retreat to the dugout. Brissou heads back behind home plate. John Primus stays right where he was. He's on the mound, and he's getting set to work to Adam Tempesta.
The first time the Gulls do have the bases loaded in the postseason is right now.
Tempesta digs into the right-handed batter's box. Primus looks to pursue for the sign, has one, sets at the letters, kicks and delivers. First pitch fastball right down Broadway. 0-1 to Tempesta. On the regular season, Tempesta went 189, did have 3 RBIs. You'll look for some postseason RBIs right here. Primus sets, 0-1, fastball on the outside corner, called strike 2. Very quickly, the Newport second baseman in an 0-2 hole. Primus has worked himself into trouble with 2 base hits and a walk, and is now trying to work his way back out of it. Sets, kicks and delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and popped up towards shallow center field. Going out is Chris Jackson. He makes the call and the catch in shallow center field. Adam Tempesta and the Newport Gulls retired in the 5th inning. No runs on 2 hits. They leave them loaded. We have played 5 complete here at Cardines Field. The Gulls nothing, the Twisters nothing. This is the NECBL Southern Division Championship Series on Team Line. Back here in Newport, we head for the top of the 6th inning. No score, Twisters and Gulls, Game 1, Southern Division Championship Series. First pitch from Nardozzi to Mitchell Moses, bunted but popped up and bunted foul. 0-1 to Moses. Good idea by Moses. The execution not quite there, however. Moses 0 for 2 on the day, has struck out swinging and flown out to center. He will be followed by Andres Perez and Justin Lepore. That's the big bats for the Twisters in this top of the 6th inning. Still looking for the first run of the ball game. 0-1 swing and a miss at the changeup. 0-2 to Mitchell Moses. Nardozzi already ready to go on the hill as Moses back into the left-handed batter's box. Working quickly, Nardozzi winds, kicks and delivers. Breaking pitch just misses down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mitchell Moses. Again, winding and delivering is Nardozzi. 1-2 curveball misses downstairs. Just broke below the knees of Moses. That broke too much, fell right on off the table. Count now even to the Twister right fielder at 2-2. Two pitch from Nardozzi, swung on and grounded on the right side. 75 hops to Adam Tempesta, picks it up, tosses to first base. Mitchell Moses retired for the first out of the 6th. That'll bring up Andres Perez with the bases loaded. That's just the way the Newport Gulls want to see him. Although in Game 1, the North Adams Steeplecats found out that even with the bases empty, Perez is quite dangerous. He hit a solo home run at Joe Wolf Field. He hit some deep balls in batting practice this evening prior to the game here at Cardines Field. Certainly has the ability to score himself. He'll dig in with that open stance in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch from Nardozzi. Breaking ball swung on and popped up on the right side. Breaking towards foul territory. Over for a look is Murphy. He will be called off by Adam Tempesta. Second baseman makes the catch in foul ground. Andres Perez fouls out. Second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 set aside in the visitors' half of the 6th.
Well, another update out of Vermont. It is 2-1 there at last check in the top of the 7th. We'll have another live look in for you after this half inning is over here at Cardines Field.
Right here, it's Newport and Torrington. No score in the top of the 6th at Cardines Field alongside Nick Lima. I'm Matt Janik. 2 outs, nobody on for the Twisters. Game 1 of the Southern Division Championship Series. The Twisters swept the North Adams Steeplecats. Newport beat Manchester in 3 games. First pitch, breaking ball to Lepore. Skips in the dirt and past Molicone. Doesn't much matter with nobody on. 1-0 to Lepore. The Gulls fought back after losing Game 1 here at Cardines Field. Defeated Manchester twice. 1-0 breaking ball swung on and fouled off outside of third base. 1-1 to the Twisters' designated hitter. Manchester had the lead early on last night, but the Gulls rallied back and took the victory, as well as a victory in the series as well, which put them in play tonight. 1-1 swung on and popped foul over our heads and out of play. The press table located in the stands a little to the right of home plate on the first base side. The official scorer, public address announcer, giving the prime real estate directly behind home plate. As well they should. 1-2 from Nardozzi to Lepore. Breaking pitch swung on and grounded on the left side. Roller to Bouchard. He scoops it up, tosses across the diamond. In time to get Lepore by a step and retire the Torrington Twisters. in the sixth. They go in order, nothing across. We have played 5.5, still no score, the Twisters and the Gulls. This is the NECBL Southern Division Championship Series on Team Line. Back here in Newport at Cardines Field, there is no score between the Gulls and the Twisters. We head for the bottom of the sixth. Tomahawk chopping here in Newport. First pitch from Primus to Matt Bouchard. Catches the outside corner, rather, 0-1. To the Gulls shortstop, Matt Bouchard will be followed by Scott Brown, Jeff Miller. It is the top of the order for the Newport Gulls. 0-1 swing and a miss at a slider off the plate. 1 ball and a strike to Matt Bouchard. Bouchard is 1 for 2. He's singled through the right side in the first, grounded out to second in the fourth. Primus working quickly, delivers the 0-2. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. He struck him out. Strikeout number 5 in the third, in the last inning and a third for John Primus.
Let's take a moment and thank this TV crew and broadcast crew here giving us this game tonight. Chris Rainier, Tim Wine, Ray Ballard Sr., and Tom Lima, joined by myself, Nick Lima, and Matt Janik. They went down to 1 camera for a moment as they try to get the power adapter switched around from our earlier camera was knocked out. We're back up to 3 right now.
First pitch to Scott Brown, breaking pitch on the outside corner, 0-1.
So if you're watching the live video webcast, we have our backstop camera back in action. We have a new camera in there after it was out of commission earlier.
0-1 from Primus. Fastball on the outside corner. Very quickly, 0-2 to Scott Brown, and the entire crew here at Cardines Field doing a fantastic job tonight to battle the effects of Andres Perez, who fouled one right off that home plate camera. 0-2. Pitch misses outside. Changeup, it looked like, from Primus. 1-2 to Scott Brown. Brown 0 for 2 on the day, lined out sharply to Perez in left, then grounded out to Jackson at second base. 1-2 from Primus. Fastball outside corner, strike 3 called. He struck him out. Both Bouchard and Brown go down looking to start the bottom of the sixth. 6 strikeouts on the game for John Primus. 2 outs and nobody on for Jeff Miller. John Primus and Paul Nardozzi, both stellar in this ball game. For the Twisters, it's no runs on 4 hits. For the Gulls, no runs on 4 hits as well. Primus has issued only 1 walk. There has been no errors committed on either side. Fantastic ball game so far. First pitch to Jeff Miller, fastball on the outside corner to the right-handed batter, 0-1. Miller 0 for 2 is grounded into a double play and popped up to the shortstop. 0-1 from Primus. Swing and a miss at a slider. And Miller quickly in a 0-2 hole. Primus threw 3 strikes to Bouchard, 3 strikes to Brown, and now he's throwing 2 to Miller, looking to have himself a 9-pitch inning. 0-2 pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts for John Primus. Strikeouts 5, 6, and 7 on the evening. The Newport Gulls go in order in the 6th. 0 across through 6 complete. The Gulls 0, the Twisters 0. This is the NECBL Southern Division Championship Series on Team Line.
Back in there, count 'em.
Back here in Newport, we head to the top of the 7th. Chris Kleps at the plate against Paul Nardozzi. Here to take you the rest of the way, my broadcast partner, Nick Lima.
Thank you very much, Matt. Out there again, Nardozzi sends a pitch. It's missing ball 2, 2-0 now the count here to the batter for the Torrington Twisters. It is Chris Kleps. 2 strikeouts on the night. Nardozzi ready, the pitch, swing, and I miss, strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Nardozzi has to deal with Kleps, Bolden, and Brossoud here in the 7th inning. He hasn't recorded a strikeout since the 5th. The side was retired in order in the 6th inning. Now the 2-1. Up and inside. 3-1, a hitter's count for Chris Kleps. Looking to get on base for the first time tonight. Nardozzi looks in. Winds, kicks, and delivers. Ball 4 is up and inside. Kleps earns a walk here. There's the first walk issued by Nardozzi. And for just the 2nd time tonight, the Twisters get their leadoff man on. This time it's for Jared Bolden, who led off the 5th with a single, flew out to left to lead off the 2nd inning. Bats here with a runner at first, nobody out, and John Malakill wants to go out to have a word with Nardozzi. In comes Chris Dominguez as well, and they'll discuss as to how they want to deal with Bolden.
The last time the Twisters had the leadoff man on, they eventually moved him to third base, had second and third with one out, but were unable to score any runs. They'll look to push Kleps across here. Ideal bunting situation for Jared Bolden.
One on, nobody out.
23, Jared
Bolden is at the plate from the left side against the righty Nandozzi. Outfield takes a couple steps back. Ball from the stretch. Here is the pitch. Swing and a pop left and out of play. Chris Dominguez was almost all the way in on the infield grass on the third base side, but Bolden was not bunting.
The slash bunt from Bolden. He squared. Dominguez charged. He tried to slap it over Dominguez's head, but fouled it off instead.
Nandozzi from the stretch again. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Dominguez then throws back to first, and hopping back onto the bag is Chris Kleps. Kleps, who's 11 for 12 in stolen bases in the regular season, stands in. Has a short lead at first. Now the 0-1 pitch. Squaring for a bunt is Bolden. He pops it up right to Dominguez. Throws to second for the out. Throws back to first, not in time to get Bolden. So the Gulls get the lead man as Kleps is erased at second on the force out. Bolden put it on a bunt, but Dominguez was right in front of it to grab it quickly. And there's one away in the seventh.
Bolden tried to turn and push it to first base away from Dominguez, but didn't quite get the bat around on it. One hop to Dominguez, who had an easy throw to second base to get Kleps.
And now brings Scott Virgilak out to the mound here with a runner at first and one out. Virgilak will be out here to talk with Nandozzi. Scott is the acting manager for this game as Mike Coombs is sitting out tonight with a one-game suspension as he was ejected in last night's game against the Silkworms for arguing balls and strikes. Ejection that arguably inspired the Gulls dugout for their comeback, come-from-behind win in Game 3 last night.
And this is going to be it for Paul Nardozzi. Very surprising move indeed.
So we'll have a pitching change coming to you in this game. Nandozzi will leave the game with a no decision. As it stands now, he is responsible for the runner at first, and he is going to get quite a hand from the fans here at Cardines Field. We have a pitching change coming to you from this game at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. We'll be back, tell you about the new pitcher next, here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Here again at Cardines Field, Brandon McCurney, the new pitcher for the Newport Gulls, comes into the game with a runner at first. Here's his pitch to C.J. Pursuit. The runner goes. The swung on a miss. A throw down to second is in time. Caught stealing is Chris Kleps. Kleps was trying to slide around the bag, was tagged out as an accurate throw in from Mollicone caught him stealing.
Great throw there by John Mollicone. Kleps has been a stolen base threat all year, second on the team behind only Aaron Newman, but gunned down this time.
So there goes the threat there, and Nandozzi will lead this game with a no decision as McCurney pitches to pursue the pitch outside. 1-1 the count even up. Brandon McCurney was lights out for the Newport Gulls in the regular season as a reliever. Working fairly quickly here. Comes to the windup now. The base is empty. One out, the 1-1. Swinging a line shot, hooking foul to the right. McCurney, a 0.31 ERA, 1-0 in 10 relief appearances, made 2 starts for the Newport Gulls, and also pitched a little over 5 innings in the Gulls no-hitter. Had to be taken out of the game about a week and a half ago due to a blister on his index finger, on his pitching hand. The 1-2 hits him on the hand as he tried to duck out of the way. Pursued, hit by a pitch here as that one got away from McCurney. Of course, that blister may still be a concern here as McCurney had a little bit of soreness on that finger a couple nights ago when he pitched against the Silkworms and was hit pretty hard. He also made another playoff appearance 2 nights ago up in Manchester. McCurney.
Third baseman, number 5, Derek Shunk.
Looks in now, and Derek Shunk with a runner at first. Go-ahead run is at first for the Twisters. Shunk at the plate, 1 for 2, a single, a strikeout. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Finish giving McCurney's regular season stats. 8 relief appearances, 2 starts, 1 save, 28 2/3 innings of work, gave up 10 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. Walked 15, struck out 30. Checks on the runner back is pursued. McKerney did hit a pair. Oh, check that. McKerney hit nobody, no batters hit in the regular season as this one is swung on and missed. And in the hole quickly here is Shunk, 0-2. Brandon McKerney gave up just 1 extra base hit in the regular season. It was a triple. 1 on, 1 out, 0-2 the count. McKerney sets and deals, swinging a check swing grounder foul up the first base line.
Line on Paul Nardozzi. He goes 6 1/3 innings, gives up 4 hits, no runs. Walked 1 and struck out 8. Spectacular performance for him. Must have had a high pitch count. That would have to be the reason he was lifted from this one.
The 0-2. Swinging a line shot right field. This one will drop in for a hit. He'll go down the gap all the way to the wall, rounding second, hitting third, and being held there will be pursued. And now put runners at the corners here with 2 away.
Twisters just like that in business with 2 away. That ball poked down the right field line. Snuck it behind the warehouse from our point of view. Did Derek Shunk. 1st and 3rd for Chris Jackson, who can give the Twisters the first run of the ball game with a base hit.
So Shunk has his 2nd hit of the night, stands at first. Jackson 0 for 2, a pair of ground outs to short tonight. Brandon McKerney is making his 3rd appearance of the postseason. He is 0-1. A 1 1/3 inning of work. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned against the Silkworms 3 nights ago here at Cardines. In Northwest Park, he had a pretty good outing in 1 full inning. Only pitched 1/3 of an inning here in Game 1 against the Silkworms back on August 2nd. McKerney comes to the set and is going to wait here to pitch to Jackson, who steps out. He was hit pretty hard in that 3rd of an inning as he could not get his control in due to that blister on his finger. The pitch, instead he fakes to 1st and 3rd. Dangerous move there with runners at the corners and 2 away. So for the moment, it's a 13.5 ERA, looking to bring that down. The pitch, swinging a foul tip to the screen. Backstop camera back in place, though a different camera in use now as the power adapter for the old one is out of commission. Once again, I thank our crew for helping to keep us online on the TV broadcast and the audio broadcast. If you're listening live on Team Line, locally on Public Access 18. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. A good pitch from Brandon McKerney as Jackson was fooled. 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. We're in the 7th, no score. Runners at the corners. Go ahead run 90 feet away for the Twisters. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Chris Jackson. Swing a ground ball bouncer up the middle. Tipped off the back for a base hit. Scoring from 3rd is Shunk. Is pursued, and the Torrington Twisters lead it 1-0. And RBI single for Chris Jackson. Advancing to 2nd is Shunk. That's exactly what the Twisters are looking for. A grounder up the middle. It skipped off the second base bag. That made it so no infielders could get to it, and that was all they needed. Easily scoring was pursued.
Matt Bouchard dove behind second base to make an attempt at it. He would have had a chance to maybe get a glove on it if that ball didn't hit second base. But instead, it kicks off the bag and just to the right, out into center field, and that's an RBI single for Chris Jackson.
This is no surprise, folks, in this game, as we have seen a lot of close matchups between these two teams all season long. Not all of them were close, but many of them were. Here's the pitch. The leadoff batter. It's in there for a strike to Aaron Newman. 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts, a ground out on the night. So McKerney, the pitcher of record right now for the Newport Gulls, has given up the go-ahead run here to Jackson. Stands in at first. Now the 0-1 from the set. Here it is. Swing and a foul tip to the backstop. 0-2 on Newman. He got ahead of Jackson as well. Came back to bite him. 2 on, 2 out. Twisters lead it 1-0 in what's been an exciting close ball game. Being echoed up in Vermont as well. It's 2-1 there. The 0-2 pitch. Swing a foul off the screen. 2-1 in the 8th inning up in Vermont at last check. The Mountaineers on top of the Sanford Mainers. Here at Cardines Field, 1-0 Twisters. 2 outs. Top of the 7th, McKerney Second pitcher of the night for the Gulls comes set. His 0-2 pitch coming to the plate. Swing a ground ball, bouncer hit hard to the second baseman, now rolling. Tempesta throws the first in time, inning over. Newman grounds out 4-3. However, the Torrington Twisters strike first here in the 7th inning. Thanks to the RBI single by Jackson. C.J. Pursuit, who was hit by a pitch off of McKerney to lead off the inning, scored from third base. We have played 6.5 here at Cardine. 7th inning stretch time, 1-0 Twisters. Let's pick up Darnell Hanley for the 7th inning stretch. Seventh inning stretch time at Cardanes Field. 1-0 Twisters. Back with the last of the 7th action next on the NACBL Broadcast Network here in the 2006 NACBL Southern Division Championship Series. As we go to the last of the 7th, it's time for our Tigers TV Crew Power Inning. The Tiverton High School Tigers TV Crew is an all-volunteer organization that produces your Newport Gulls baseball games. If a Newport Gulls player hits a home run this inning, that player will receive a free DVD copy of today's broadcast courtesy of the Tiverton Tigers TV Crew, which has worked tirelessly tonight to maintain our camera work here and other things, and all season long to bring you these broadcasts. We go to the last half of the 7th inning here in Game 1. And will be a brief delay of game here as some bullpen action is crossing out into the field of play out there down the left field line. The home plate umpire, Ron Adams, calls time to get everyone back into the bullpen. Jim Murphy is at the plate for the Newport Gulls. Hard of the order to do up here. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. In the 7th, 1-0 Twisters. Gulls looking to come back quickly. Here is the pitch. High for ball 2. John Primus out there for his 7th inning of work. Struck out the side in order in the 6th. He's behind Murphy here. That's dangerous. The 2-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
If you're watching on T-Line, you just see a shot of the Twisters bullpen. Noah Booth is throwing out there for the Twisters.
It's like double-barreled action up. 2 righties. Or a righty and a lefty. 2-1. Swinging a foul up the top of the screen. The framework above the screen. Couple thousand fans here at Cardines Field hoping the Newport Gulls can come from behind yet again. It's not do or die tonight, but for the team that loses in this ball game, it will be tomorrow at Fusiliers Park in Torrington. Primus is ready. It is 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 4 straight strikeouts for Primus as he gets Murphy. Primus now has 8 on the night, and he is still on 5 here in the 7th, right after Murphy, and the heart of the order remains up as Chris Dominguez comes up to the plate, a strikeout victim himself twice tonight.
Through the first half of the game, it was Nardozzi who was lighting up the scoreboard with strikeouts while Primus quietly put together a shutout. Now he's racking up the Ks.
The pitch, swinging a foul to the screen, and did it knock out our camera position again?
I think it did.
Oh, no, it's still there.
Ooh.
It shook it up for a moment, but it's still in place. Oh. Dominguez at the plate, 1 out, the 0-1 with the bases empty. Swing and a miss. Falls behind, 0-2. However, he can tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. He had 11 home runs in the regular season. Still looking for his first of the playoffs. 3 home runs here at Cardines Field in the regular season. Hits them out routinely in batting practice. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a drive, right center field. Way back, the center fielder out there. Well, the right fielder comes in and makes the catch. This one was not deep enough. Dominguez didn't get all of it. And Mitchell Moses came in, waved off Newman, and made the catch a few feet shy of the wall.
Ball hit hard, but just not quite hard enough to right center field. Hung up in the air. Mitchell Moses able to drift under it and make the catch.
2 up, 2 down, and 6 straight retied for Primus as Andy Lenz comes up. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and bounced to the first baseman. Lentz stands in, has a homer in the playoffs. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 1. Primus, 6 2/3 innings of scoreless work so far. Now ready with the pitch. On the outside corner, 1-1, the count will even. Primus, who did give up 4 home runs in the regular season. Kicks and delivers the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, Lentz. Chased something that came and tailed on the outside corner. He's in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The left-hander stands in. The right-hander, Primus's pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Number 9 for Primus. For the second straight inning, he retires the side in order on 2 strikeouts and a flyout this time. We have played 7 full. It's 1-0 Torrington. We go to the 8th next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We go to the 8th inning here in Game 1 of the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series. It's 1-0 Torrington Twisters. They'll look to add to their lead here. Brandon McCurney looking to keep it close for the Newport Gulls. Nick Lima alongside Matt Janik here in the NECBL Broadcast Network. For the Torrington Twisters, it's the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here. Moses, Perez, and Lepore. Moses is 0 for 3 tonight. Mitchell struck out in the first, flew out to center in the second. Send this one in the left center field. Diving for it out there is Andy Lentz. Did he come up with it? Lentz diving for a catch, and Moses is out. What a catch by Andy Lentz. Oh my goodness.
What a fantastic play by Andy Lentz. That ball hit hard and tailing away from him off the left-handed bat of Moses. Looks like we're going to see it again if you're watching on Team Line, and a fantastic diving catch by Lentz as he ran down that ball in left center field.
Here's the instant replay. It was hit well into center field, and he dived for it out there for the second straight night in a row. Lentz makes an outstanding diving catch in the 8th inning. Took probably a double away from Moses if that ball gets behind him. Fly out to 8. Moses is 0 for 4. Here comes Andres Perez with the bases empty. 1 for 3. The infield single takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Perez bounced out to third in the 4th inning. Popped up in foul territory back in the 6th. McCurney kicks and delivers. Low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes on Andre. Justin Lepore waits on deck. 1-0 Twisters. The Gulls have to play catch up again here in the postseason. The 2-0. Swinging a line shot right field. This one's ripped pretty hard. It's in there for a base hit. It's going to go to the wall. Perez hits first. He's going to try for 2. The throw is cut off. He dives in safely. And Andres Perez has a 1-out double.
Andres Perez is decidedly less dangerous with nobody on. It's tougher for him to drive in people, but he still manages to do a pretty good job of putting himself in scoring position. That double puts him at second with 1 away.
1 out, a runner in scoring position for Justin Lepore, who's been hot at the bat in the postseason. Tonight he's 1 for 3, a pair of groundouts to short and a single.
Designated hitter, Justin Lepore.
Lepore, in the postseason series, 2 games against the Steelcats, did bat .429 with an RBI and 3 singles. Runs scored. Stranded on base back in the first. Here's the pitch from McCurney, low and away. Ball 1. Now it's John Primus's game to win right now as McCurney gave up the go-ahead run in the last of the 7th. 1-0 Torrington. They have a runner at second with 1 away. Here's McCurney's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1-1 the count will even to Justin. Chris Kleps will be due up next. The Gulls will get some action up in their bullpen here. I'll have a shot of that momentarily. See who's warming. McCurney ready. Here's the 1-1 delivery as he checks on the runner at second. Swinging a line shot, hooking foul up the right side. Lepore hit a bullet, but foul, bouncing in front of the Twister bullpen. And there is action up for the Newport Gulls. It looks like Jeff Beliveau pitched last night. Left-handed action due up for Newport. Gulls bullpen short on arms. McCurney sets and deals with the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Strikeout as Lepore goes down swinging. It's just the first strikeout from McCurney. And that'll bring up Chris Kleps with 2 away.
That's a big strikeout for McCurney. Keep that runner at second base. Now there's 2 outs. Important that he doesn't let the Gulls far any farther behind. They're well within striking distance right now. If the Twisters tack on a couple more, they could be in trouble.
Kleps is 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out in the first and the fourth innings to end each inning. He walked to lead off the 7th, but was caught stealing. Well, that inning's first out. Of course, the only run in this game scored in the 7th after Kleps was retired. Here's the pitch. It's missing for ball 1 to Chris. It's still Andre Perez at second. 2 away in the 8th. McCurney looks in from the set. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball missing for ball 2 low on just outside. The Twisters fans in attendance make their voice heard with a Let's Go Twister rally underneath the right field roof seats. They skip around the bases at second. The pitch, swinging a lot, hooking shot foul off the third base line as Tempesta, the second baseman for the Gulls, and Perez were hopping back and forth on the second base bag, but McCurney was ignoring them here with 2 outs. 2 balls, 1 strike on Kleps. He taps the plate. Now they're ready. McCurney from the stretch. Here is his pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2 and 2. Good off-speed pitch from Brandon. Had Kleps looking at it. A runner at second, 2 outs. McCurney looks in. From the set, here is the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up on the infield. Calling for it is Murphy. Next to the mound now, McCurney will take it himself for the out that retires the side. The double is harmless here in the 8th. We have played 7.5 innings from Cardines Field, 1-0 Twisters on the NECBL Broadcast Network as we continue with our coverage of the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series. Just 6 outs left for the Gulls to come back in this one. Where in Game 1, the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series, the Twisters and the Gulls, Torrington a 1-0 lead. The Gulls at the bottom of the order due up. John Malacone, Matt Inetter, and Adam Tempesta. Here's the pitch to Malacone. It's missing low, ball 1. Out there for another inning, it's John Primus. It's his game to win right now as we're in the 8th. Primus already has 9 strikeouts on the night, including 7 in the last 3 innings.
He will likely have a very short leash in the 8th. It's getting late in this ball game. The Twisters, with a 1-0 lead, can't afford to falter in the field.
Now the Gulls fans making their voices heard. The Gulls haven't had a base runner since the 5th, when they had a single, a double, and a walk and left the bases loaded. The next one's in there for a strike, 1-1 on Malacone. The Gulls have had 4 hits tonight, scattered between the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th innings, including a pair of doubles, a single, and an infield hit. They go with 1 walk, just 5 base runners. A pitch, swinging a ground ball, fly ball right to the second baseman. Malacone flies out on a little fly right to second baseman Chris Jackson. 1 up, 1 down here in the 8th. Now 5 outs remaining for the Gulls as Iannetta comes up. He's been on base twice tonight. Double in the 3rd was picked off and walked on a 3-1 pitch. Back in the 5th, he only walked for Primus.
He was the last Gull to reach base. 8 in a row set aside by Primus.
The pitch, missing just high for ball 1. Outfield takes a couple steps back. Primus winds and deals, swinging a line shot over the leaping shortstop's head into left field. This one will go far to the wall. Iannetta is going to hold up at first, however, as the ball is recovered quickly out there. And the Newport Gulls are in business with 1 out here in the 8th. They had the tying run at first. The go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Adam Tempesta. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Tempesta bounced out in the 3rd, popped up in the 5th. The Gulls took the lead in the 8th inning last night against the Silkworms to advance to this round. Can they do it again in the late innings? We'll find out here. Tempesta comes up to the plate. The crowd into this one. 2,000 fans chant, "Let's go Gulls." John Primus will go to work against Tempesta. He comes to the set. Here's the pitch. Swing and ground ball, bounce to the second baseman, has it, throws the second out there on a first, double play. First baseman Jared Bolden pumps his fist as they turn a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. The Torrington Twisters continuing to dominate the Gulls here, but not by much. It's still 1-0 Torrington. We go to the 9th here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Our coverage of the 2006 NECBL Southern Division Championship Series continues next. 1-0 Twisters. We go to the 9th. We'll keep it right here, live on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And Matt, it's been quite a game so far.
This has been everything you would want from Game 1 of the Southern Division Championship Series. Paul Nardozzi, brilliant on the hill for Newport, 6 1/3 shutout innings. John Primus, equally brilliant. He's now pitched 8 shutout innings for the Twisters. Has worked in and out of trouble a couple times, but nothing too serious. The Gulls left the bases loaded in the 5th. That's going to be the big thing they'll look back on in this one, most likely. Twisters left 2nd and 3rd in the 5th. But we're able to scrape together a run with a 2-out rally in the 7th. Back and forth they've gone. The Twisters, the only run of the ball game. It is 1-0 as we head for the top of the 9th inning.
In the bottom of the 9th, the Gulls will have the top of the order due up, including last night's hero Matt Bouchard and returning Gulls from the 05 playoff season, Brown and Miller. For now, for the Twisters, it'll be the middle of the order. Number 6, 7, and 8. Bolden, Brassoud, and Shunk due up. Jared Bolden is 1 for 3, reaching on a fielder's choice, singled and flew out to left.
They are going to face a new pitcher for the Newport Gulls. That is Jeff Beliveau out on the hill, a left-hander, going through his warm-up tosses.
Beliveau comes into the game here. It goes showing at 1-0. McKerney is on the hook right now. Jeff Beliveau making his 2nd appearance of the postseason. Beliveau has a 1-0 record, no ERA. Pitched 1 inning and earned the victory here last night. Struck out 1, walked 1, faced 3 batters.
For McKerney, he goes an inning and 2/3, gives up 3 hits, but gives up what is right now a very costly earned run. He walked nobody, he struck out 1, and as you said, is on the hook for the loss. That would be his 2nd loss of the postseason.
Jeff Beliveau in the regular season for the Newport Gulls, a 1.25 ERA, 2-0 in 7 appearances, made 3 relief outings, 4 starts for the Gulls, 21 and 2 innings pitched, gave up 15 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, walked 18, struck out 16, tends to walk a lot of batters and works very effectively with runners on. Beliveau gave up no extra base hits. Has yet to give up an extra base hit this season, including in the postseason, has hit 1 batter. Control pitcher. Does tend to walk a lot of batters, however. And often he does pitch very well inside, trying to get batters to chase. He will face off against Kleps, Bolden, and Brassoud here. The Newport Gulls trail this one 1-0. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Nick Gleam alongside Matt Janik here at Cardines Field in Game 1. Game 2 to be played tomorrow at 6:30 start time. Or 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock start time. It's been bumped up a little bit. 6 o'clock start time at Fusenage Park tomorrow. Here comes the left-handed batter, Jared Bolden. Rhode Island native. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1.
The game on the Sunday evening. Sunday evening Twister home games at 6 o'clock throughout the season. This one will be no exception. The Twisters did not see many Sunday home games throughout the season.
Beliveau looking for a quick inning of relief. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, 1-1. The Newport Gulls defeated the Torrington Twisters 5-1 this season, including 3 extra inning victories. A lot of close games played between these two teams. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul up the safety netting. 1-2. Bolden falls behind. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Outfield, couple steps back. Infield. Middle infield is on the edge of the grass, as is the first baseman Murphy. Dominguez is playing pretty far in, now moves back a little bit. The 1-2 pitch from the lefty, Beliveau. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. One out here in the ninth.
Bellevue fans the first twister he faces. And, of course, important for the Gulls to keep this at a one-run game. In the bottom of the ninth inning, they will have the top of their lineup to the plate and will have a chance if they can keep it at a one-run deficit.
Bellevue joined the Gull staff a little bit later into the season. College of Charleston, home native of Johnston, Rhode Island. Just finished his freshman season. Sends a pitch in. It's in there for a strike on C.J. Brassoud. 2 strikeouts tonight. Victim of Nardozzi twice. He was hit by the pitch, scored the only run of the ball game in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Pulled him on a splitter. No balls, 2 strikes to count, 1 out, bases empty, 1-0 Twisters, top of the 9th inning. The 0-2 from Bellevue. Up and away, isn't chasing. C.J. Brassoud fought off a bit of an injury earlier on in the season.
Brassoud had a nasty finger injury that kept him out the last 2 weeks of the regular season, has been back. This is second of the 3 playoff games that he's played in.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missing inside. And the crowd moans. This crowd was well into the game last night when the Gulls rallied late. We'll be into the ball game again here tonight. Top of the order due up for the Gulls in the last of the ninth. First, we have to get through the top of the 9th inning. The pitch. Fastball misses inside. Full count now on Brassoud. Derek Shunk waits on deck. Bellevue. Lefty-righty matchup here. The payoff pitch. Ball 4 is just inside. A 1-out walk issued to Brassoud. Is this the second walk of the ball game issued by Newport Gulls pitching?
And for Brassoud, who has an awful lot of pop in his bat, he has been the catalyst. He was the catalyst in the Twisters' run-scoring inning by getting hit by a pitch. Now looks to catalyze once again as he walks in the 9th.
Shunk struck out to end the 2nd inning, single in both the 5th and the 7th. Stranded on base twice. Our runner at first, Bellevue. Come to the set. His pitch, inside. This is not the first time these two teams have met in the playoffs. They have a lot of history going back over the years. Bellevue sets high, is 1-0 instead of check on the runner at first. Brassoud back standing. We'll reset. We'll do the 1-0 again. Stepping back up is Shunk. Bellevue ready. The kick and the pitch. Fastball on the inside corner. 1-1 the count will even on Derek Shunk. From the set, once again the 1-1. On the inside corner, fastball for strike 2. Shunk didn't like it. He'll take a practice swing outside the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. A runner at first. Bellevue trying to keep it that way. Doesn't want him to advance into scoring position. The 1-2 delivery. Skips in there low. Good stop by Malacone. Chris Jackson's waiting on deck as Bellevue looks in, checks the runner. The lefty comes set. From the stretch, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Number 2 in this inning for Bellevue. Now 2 out with the runner at first. The walk doesn't loom all that large now with Jackson up to the plate. The hero so far for the Twisters knocked in the only run of the ball game, the RBI single. Back in the 7th with 2 outs on the board. Jackson was down in the count and ripped a single, which scored Brassoud, who does stand in at first. 1 for 3 tonight, pair of ground outs. The pitch. Fastball's away. 1-0. Bellevue steps off as time is called. Now he toes the rubber. Staring on the batter. From the stretch, here's the 1-0 pitch. High and away. 2-0 on Jackson. And the top of the order does wait on deck. Newman would be next here if Belleville can't retire Jackson. A short lead at first for pursuit. Belleville comes to the set. His 2-0 delivery. Check swing, it's in there for a strike. 2-1. Exciting playoff action continues here all around the NECBL. The pitch on the inside corner, strike 2, and we have a final. We have a final out of Vermont. The Mountaineers win the ball game 2-1 as the final out was thrown out at the plate. The tying run thrown out at the plate for the Mainers. So Mountaineers take game 1 2-1 up in Vermont. Final there. Runner at first here in the ninth, the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Jeff Belleville walks the batter but strikes out the side here in the ninth. So Mondozzi, who struck out the side in the first and left the game with a no decision, was followed by McKerney, who pitched to the 7th and the 8th. Belleville comes here in the 9th, strikes out the side, and we'll keep it right here live as we go to the last of the 9th inning and the last chance for the Newport Gulls coming up here in a moment in game 1. The top of the order will be due up as Matt Bouchard, Scott Brown, and Jeff Miller will come up. These 6 are 1 for 9 on the night. Bouchard recorded the infield single to lead off the game back in the first. Grounded out in the 4th inning 4-3 and struck out looking in the 6th. Was a strikeout victim of John Primus, who is incredibly out there again looking for a complete game victory here.
Primus looking for the complete game shutout. Andrew Albers pitched a complete game shutout for the Twisters in game 1 of the series against North Adams. Here Primus will look for the same. We know that Noah Booth is ready in the Twister bullpen. Most likely if a runner gets on, we will see him. We don't know if John Quine has been throwing down there as well. If he's ready, he could be another option.
The Newport Gulls are no stranger to Noah Booth as the Gulls get their rally caps on in the dugout. And some of the fans here get their rally caps on as well.
Tonight's attendance is 1,800.
Just shy of 2,000 fans here is the attendance as it's spread over the PA system by Gulls announcer Dan O'Hanley. 1,809, 1,809, 1,809 fans. The attendance here tonight about 500 shy of last night's crowd of 2,300. So with the top of the order up, John Primus looking for the complete game shutout here in game 1. The Twisters will have action ready in the bullpen. We'll look for a shot into the bullpen in a moment to see what's doing there. Nick Lima and Matt Janik on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We have seen a gem of baseball here tonight. A 1-0 game as there is action in the bullpen.
That is Noah Booth, the big left-hander throwing out there. He is throwing, it looks like, to John Quine, the right-handed pitcher at the other end.
Of course, either is no stranger to these Gulls hitters. Booth has roughed up a little bit against the Gulls this season, though has been an effective closer. Here comes Matt Bouchard. He will be followed by Scott Brown. And then Miller. No pinch hitters here for the Gulls. Matt Bouchard, 1 for 3, a strikeout and a single. Once again, it is a final out of Vermont. The Mountaineers take game 1 over the Mainers, so the Mainers now 1 game away from elimination. As Vermont has won 3 straight playoff games, the Mainers win it 2-1. A play at the plate ended the game as the Mainers were retied in the 9th at the Recreation Field. We're here at Cardines in the last of the 9th. 1-0 the score, the pitch. Missing ball 1 from John Primus, who has pitched 8 scoreless innings of baseball, has only given up 5 hits in the night, a pair of doubles, a walk, and a pair of singles, 3 singles. To go with 9 strikeouts, the pitch in there for strike 1 and 1 on Bouchard, a strikeout victim his last time. Primus, who struck out the side in order in the 6th. Out here for the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Gulls are Bouchard, Brown, and Miller. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Outside, no ball 2. Matt Bouchard, the hero for the Newport Gulls against the Twisters back on July 24th here with a walk-off home run. could tie the score with a swing in the bat here. The 2-1 check swing, he went around. And the count even on that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Primus looks in. Here's the pitch. Swinging ground ball chopper hit foul up the third base line as a fire station horn behind us signifies it is in fact 9 o'clock here on the East Coast.
Very inopportune time for that. The pitch halfway to the plate. That couldn't have been easy for Matt Bouchard to deal with.
Just another fancy quirk here at Cardines Field, one of many.
That also means that the scoreboard clock is quite inaccurate.
It goes off the internet. I got my cell phone clock. At least the fire station horn is inaccurate. Now the 2-2. Up and inside, ball 3. We'll see a 3-2 pitch coming to Bouchard here. A walk would put the tying run on. Scott Brown waits on deck. Primus ready, the payoff pitch. Swinging a line shot, left center field, way back. It is off the grass, bouncing to the wall. Bouchard rounds first. He's going to try for 2, and he's in the second with a leadoff stand-up double. The Newport Gulls are in business here in the 9th. They get the tying run in scoring position. The winning run comes to the plate. Scott Brown, the hero in 2005 for the Gulls, with 2 home runs in the postseason last year, is hitting .455 in the postseason coming into the game tonight with a double and 5 hits. On the night, he's 0 for 3, a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout.
And for the Twisters, Cardines Field has been a house of horrors this season and in the past historically. And right now, the Gulls trying to continue that. A base hit away from tying this game. There is nobody out in the bottom of the 9th.
The tying run, 180 feet away, stands at second. Bouchard, who has some speed. Scott Brown, the lefty, at the plate. John Primus still in this one. He comes to the set. Here's the pitch to Brown. A bunt popped up, and it will be caught. Caught by the third baseman, Shunk, who comes in. Brown popped up the first pitch. He saw a bunt pop up, and that's the inning's first out.
And that was exactly what John Primus needed. Missed execution from Scott Brown. Sacrifice bunt would have moved the tying run to where a sacrifice fly could have scored it with only 1 out. Instead, the bunt popped up, and Bouchard will have to stay at second.
It's not over yet. Here comes Jeff Miller, Jim Murphy to follow. 1 out, a runner at second. Miller has been the hero for the Newport Gulls many a time. He had a walk-off hit earlier this season. He is the winning run at the plate. Miller stands in at second. Bouchard. 1-0 Twizzlers in the 9th. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. John Primus continues to work in this game. Miller, 3 home runs in the regular season. Taps the plate. Primus looks in, gets the sign from his catcher, C.J. Brassu. Now comes to the set. A check on the runner. Here's the 0-1. Low, the ball 1-1 on Miller. John Primus trying to earn a complete game shutout here in game 1. Sets with a tying runner at second. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging ground ball bouncer. The shortstop has it. Throws to first in time. 2 away. Advancing to third is Matt Bouchard. Jeff Miller is retired. 6-3. But the Newport Gulls have the tying run 90 feet away. Here comes Jim Murphy. A solo home run last night. Murphy scored what was the winning run back in the 8th inning last night. Can he do it again? Murphy, the RBI leader for the league with 40, was the batting champion at 358. Murphy is batting .538 coming into the game tonight, but is 1 for 3 with a single, a strikeout, and a flyout. Bouchard at third. John Primus looks in on Murphy.
You can almost guarantee that Murphy won't see anything to hit here. If they don't intentionally walk him, they will certainly pitch around him. 2 bases open for Jim Murphy.
Now the infield comes in. Bolden and Kleps come in, along with Brassu to talk over with Primus, who's 1 out away here from a victory for his team in game 1. Murphy, single in the 5th to lead off the inning. but was stranded on the base at third when the Gulls left him loaded. He's at the plate right now with Bouchard at third. 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Missing outside for ball 1. Can the Gulls do it again here in game 1? Murphy awaits the 1-0. Inside corner, a strike, 1-1. Murphy with the bases loaded this season. Went 2 for 5, batting .400. Check that. Yes, 2 for 5. 1-1 the count, the pitch. Outside, ball 2. The Gulls down to the last out. They had the tying run 90 feet away. Dominguez is on deck. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and drive, left center field. Center fielder out there coming in, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Torrington Twisters take game 1 here at Cardings Field. The Gulls strand the tying run 90 feet away. Here in the bottom of the 9th, the leadoff double from Bouchard is wasted, but the Twisters have done it. Game 1 is theirs, 1-0, a close matchup here at Cardings Field. Game 2 to be played tomorrow night.
What an incredible game here in game 1. Dueling pitchers on the mound, and John Primus, despite giving up the leadoff double, had what it takes to finish the complete game shutout. Got a little help on the popped-up bunt from Scott Brown, but the Twisters elated on the field. They lead the Southern Division Championship Series 1-0.
So, in a game that saw no errors and a pitcher's duel on both sides, with Nardozzi facing Primus, as the Gulls starter Nardozzi collapsed into the bullpen. McCooney came on and did give up the only run of the ball game, an RBI single to Chris Jackson. Back in the 7th inning, that's the difference. 1-0 Twisters the final. Back with the totals next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And back here now at Cardings Field in Newport, Rhode Island, with the totals for this game for the Torrington Twisters, who get the victory in game 1 and improve to 3-1 in playoff competition. They get 1 run on 7 hits, no errors, 8 men left on base. For the Newport Gulls, no runs on 6 hits, no errors, 4 left on. A complete game shutout victory goes to John Primus, who went the distance and struck out 9 batters on the night for the Newport Gulls. Paul Nardozzi gets a no decision. He struck out 9 himself. Pitched into the 7th inning, it collapsed to Brandon McCurney, who came on as Nardozzi's pitch count went too high to be comfortable. So McCurney came on, did give up the RBI single to Jackson, and pursued who he had hit earlier in the inning, was hit on the hand, scored on that single for the only run of this ball game. So McCurney gets the hard luck loss, falls to 2-0 in the postseason. The win to Primus, who improves to 1-0 here in the postseason. No save in this one, as Primus did go the distance. He is the player of the game without a doubt.
Primus spectacular. Complete game shutout for the 2nd series in a row. The Twisters get a complete game shutout to start the playoff series. Andrew Albers gave it to them against North Adams. John Primus gives it to them here tonight in Newport.
The game took 2 hours, 25 minutes to play. It was watched by a crowd of 1,809 here at Cardines Field. The Newport Gulls and the Torrington Twisters will play tomorrow up in Torrington, Connecticut at Fusenage Park. The Newport Gulls and will be on the elimination spot yet again. They came back from one game down to beat the Manchester Silkworms. Can they do it again against the Twisters? We'll find out tomorrow, as the first pitch is set for 6 o'clock on the air at the pregame show a few minutes before 6, as the NECBL Broadcast Network will be in Torrington tomorrow. Of course, other action around the league, out-of-town scores to report. The Vermont Mountaineers did take game 1 from the Sanford Mainers, 2-1 the final score on that game, as the final play came down to a play at the plate, with the Mainers losing in that one. The play at the plate for the Mainers thrown out for the final out of the ball game in the top of the 9th. So the Mountaineers did take the victory there, squeaking by Maine, 2-1 the final. So tomorrow, both Newport and Sanford will be on the bubble as they try to stave off elimination. Game 2 coming up tomorrow in the NECBL Southern Division Championship Series. Down on the field, the post-game show next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And back here now at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, with Newport Gulls starting pitcher tonight, Paul Nardozzi. Paul, a tough loss tonight for the Gulls, but still a valiant effort out there.
Yeah, I mean, the guy, you got to tip your hat sometimes. He threw a great game, and it's just a pitcher's duel out there. One run, we thought it'd be enough, but I guess it wasn't.
John Primus had an outstanding complete game shutout for the Gulls, but you went pretty far in the game yourself. I think it was a pitch count that took you out there towards the end, still recording 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, 110 pitches. I was getting a little tired. You know, it just happens sometimes, and we just caught a bad break after that, and hopefully we'll bounce back tomorrow and bring it back here for Game 3.
And of course, you can't win them all. Just a 1-0 loss. Very close game. No errors committed on either side, as Primus did pitch a very effective outing. And the Newport Gulls didn't pitch all that bad. Just that one mistake, RBI single given up in the 7th inning.
Hey, yeah, I mean, like I said, you got to tip your hat to that kid. He threw a great game, and just hopefully we can bounce back tomorrow.
What's the plan of attack for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we're just try to get on them early and shut them down early.
Do you know who will be getting the start for the Gulls?
Rob Wilson's going to start.
So Rob Wilson will be up to him to force a Game 3 here at Cardines Field in a couple of nights. The Newport Gulls go to Fusenage Park tomorrow to play the Twisters. They have some pretty good success there this season.
Yeah, I mean, we've won some games over there. These guys are hot right now, but hopefully we can just play well, play good, solid baseball, and come out of there with a win.
Paul Nardozzi, thank you for joining us, and congratulations on your outing tonight.
Thanks, Nick.
So we'll follow the Newport Gulls on the road tomorrow as they look to stave off elimination, and we'll send Rob Wilson onto the mound to face the Torrington Twisters. Back in a moment next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network to wrap things up here in Game 1. Back here one final time in this game from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. The Newport Gulls lose a tough one here tonight. 1-0, the final score, a game that saw no errors committed. The hit column's almost even, but the Gulls just unable to get their hits when they counted as John Primus pitched a complete game shutout for the Torrington Twisters to put them in a very good position going to Torrington, Connecticut tomorrow. The Newport Gulls will turn to Rob Wilson to get the start tomorrow as they try to stave off elimination. The Gulls will pitch Wilson tomorrow at Fusenage Park on the air at the pregame show just before 6. First pitch at 6 p.m. Myself and Matt Janik will be joined on the NECBL Broadcast Network live from Torrington tomorrow at 6. I hope you'll join us as the Gulls and the Twisters battle for Game 2. Other action around the league tonight, of course, from Mount Mountaineers defeat the Sanford Mainers 2-1. They'll play Game 2 tomorrow as well. For now, I'd like to pause for a moment and thank those who made this broadcast possible throughout, despite technical difficulties. The crew working very hard through it all. The executive producer of Newport Gulls Baseball, our director tonight, Tom Lima. Our associate producer, Ray Ballard Sr. Our on-site engineer, Tim Wine. I also like to thank our audio technician, cameraman, Chris Rainier, for his help this evening. For Matt Janik, I'm Nick Lima here at Cardines Field. The Newport Gulls dropped Game 1, just as they dropped Game 1 in Series 1 in the playoffs. Now it's the 2006 NECBL Southern Division playoffs, the NECBL semifinal. The Gulls lose Game 1 here tonight by a score of 1-0. Game 2 is coming up tomorrow. The Gulls have another chance next. Keep it right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network for Game 2. Until then, so long, everybody.
Thank you.